went, and it's like, this is really irritating.
Oh no, I took a 3-hour nap today, and it's not been enough. It's really not been enough.
You people need to sleep more at the correct times.
I'm gonna crash super hard later because
I hope you're not driving at the time.
No, my driving instructor cancelled. Yeah, my driving instructor cancelled the lesson for the week.
He's like, it's too fucking loud. Cancel it.
Too warm. Yeah, people on the road do crazy stuff in the heat. It messes with people's. It literally causes your brains to expand. So stay off drugs and stay away from cars, kids who are listening. If anyone's listening,
yeah, kids don't get hit by cars.
Don't play on train tracks either. You never had to suffer through those late 90s.
Okay, so I have to be a contrarian and tell kids to do all the drugs and specifically play in traffic. There we go. We've done it. We've balanced both views.
I wish to point out that my Twitch channel does not endorse drug use at all. I can't speak for Bob's, though. So...
I can, and I do not endorse drugs because, quite frankly, I'm on a run of people are absolutely fucking disgusting sometimes. Because I'm in a bad mood.
Yes.
But I have calmed down enough to feel free to actually stream. But people are awful.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Kill them all. Kill them all.
But if you want to ever understand how my sort of views, look for Foamy the Squirrel.
Foamy the Squirrel?
Yes.
Foamy the Squirrel is brilliant.
Foamy the Squirrel is brilliant, and I do agree with a lot of what they say, because it does speak to the fact that we're dumbing down humanity because they just think everyone's got problems when they're smarter than other people, when they're faster at processing information, and other things like that. Like, I get I'm thick because I'm my brain works different because I'm dyslexic. So therefore, my wiring for understanding and reading things is a little different from everyone else's.
I'll get you there.
And I just forget words.
When you were talking about the squirrel, I genuinely was like, "Is that like the squirrel from Happy Tree Friends?"
No.
Squirrel. That's what I was just checking. It's like, is that?
Foamy the Squirrel.
So same sort of era.
Foamy the Squirrel is 20 years old-ish and has been around on Newgrounds. If anyone remembers what Newgrounds is as well.
I remember what Newgrounds is.
Newgrounds was before we had YouTube.
Yeah,
and it's still quite kind of. It still exists.
It's still a thing. It's still a thing.
Still exists, and it's still it is a free for all for whatever your thoughts and opinions and everything in between games and things.
Early 2000s Flash animations.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people from Newgrounds have
work now, actually.
Oh, people have archived them and got things to keep running and all that. Oh. Because obviously people on Newgrounds just don't want to see all their stuff just
did not work anymore because Flash is dead.
Yeah, because it disappear into ethos. So
ether, not ethos.
Ethos.
Disappearing into the ethos would be very cool.
Disappear into nothingness that is left behind when things are gone.
I'm disappearing into someone's point of view.
Yeah, but yeah, I quite agree with a lot of the things this world is saying, and do not think I'm crazy because of it.
I think you're crazy normally, but it has nothing to do with that.
Yeah. Someone's leaving. Someone's coming back.
No, they're not.
It sounds like the old AIM log-on message sound. If anyone ever used AIM.
No.
AIM?
I remember AOL, but I never used AIM.
AIM was AOL Instant Messenger.
Ah.
It wasn't a bad instant messaging thing for its time.
I just hated everyone when that was like in main use. That was like the main problem.
Welcome to the nostalgia stream. We will talk about older things.
Yeah, we will talk about
even
things
though
from when we
not
were
everyone
very young.
here is the oldest of.
I was going to say,
we're not waiting on anything.
I mean, at least me and you, Bob, we're over 30.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about everyone else.
I'm very much under 30.
I'll just let you guys chat.
Back in the 90s.
Back in there.
Back in there.
Back in day. We used to.
4 minutes left.
When the potato was an internet.
Yeah, back in the 90s, I was in a very famous TV show.
Right, you can't really say any much more than that, otherwise we get DCMA'd. Oh,
DMCA'd. DCMA.
Now we're going in the famous song.
Yep.
DCMA. I'd be amazed if there isn't a song, a parody on YouTube called
there
DMCA.
is. There is a DMCA parody.
Do not fuck with the DMCA.
Basically, gonna get cancelled by DMCA.
Which Telecom buggered himself with when they wanted to live stream their own music on Twitch as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's always funny to see like YouTube, the actual like channel YouTube get flagged down by YouTube for copyright.
Yeah.
It's like this has been claimed by YouTube has hurt itself in its confusion.
Because the big artists got so butthurt that they weren't making money, but they were getting free advertisement.
Like, by the way, there was a streamer that I watch.
Yeah.
Who tried to do a unsubscribe theme because they've got a stream because they've got plans for when they hit 1 million and they're getting too close to 1 million. And then they hit 1 million during the unsubscribe stream. And everyone was like, oh, that was a really cool gimmick. Good idea. They were actually upset because they were genuinely going, please, can you not subscribe? Because I've got to now really like rush these projects out. And it's like, this, it's like, this streamer may be dumb. This streamer may be dumb. What's the point?
I'm serious, I didn't want to do this project so quickly.
There was a thing on, I think it was Livestream Fails on Reddit. A guy was getting really close to 1 million.
Yeah.
Like 1 million followers. Mm-hmm. And every time he got like within 100 of the million, everyone just started unfollowing. And he had like 10,000 people in his channel at the same time at the time.
Yeah.
So it went from like 999, like 875, down to like 987 or something stupid, and just kept going up and down, up and down. Just before he hit the 1 million, everyone just started following again.
Jeez.
It was fucking funny, and he was getting so stressed out about it.
Hey, it's fair. You want that play button?
Mm. That was on Twitch.
That was on Twitch. Fair.
You know what I get stressed out about? Dungeons and Dragons.
I know.
Yeah, that's time passed. Okay.
There we go.
There you go. That's your.
And on that segue,
That's your chit chat for the morning.
This was your
10-minute
monologue.
Introduction. Welcome back to the world of Alterra for today's episode. I believe we're on episode 19 now. The Minds of Avarice, Part 1.
I put episode 19, but I also put episode 19 probably because I generally could not remember what episode we were on.
Probably. Before I do a quick recap, we'll go through the players. Gwent and Lou are not with us this week. They will just be NPCs in the background. We'll catch them up next week when they come back. As such, the players we do have today, let's do a round check. Wolfie starts off. Just a quick sentence or two.
Howdy, I am Wolfie Bane, I am one of the streamers, and I am playing Alvina Eleanor, everyone's favourite psychopathic, pyromaniac, kleptomaniac, elf barbarian chick. Howdy.
I can't wait to see how you deal with what's in store for you today. Zormir.
Hi, I'm Bob. I'm Dr. Zormir, the artificer, who also is highly opinionated now, as well as the regular Bob.
And he's a cow.
And he's a cow. Thanks.
Hey, that's no way to. Oh, right, he's an actual cow person.
Yeah, I'm a cow
You know how I
man
feel
because
about
I'm a
that?
shifter.
What is
Fuck
that?
you.
So it's like a shifter, but which kind?
Yeah.
What kinds? We've not found out.
Beast-hide.
He's
Beast-hide.
They're a cow. What did you
Yeah,
expect?
they're a cow.
The one that actually makes sense for a cow, because none of the others do. There's a long-tooth shifter.
You've never heard of devil cows?
I have. They don't have saber teeth. Very distinct thing.
Yes, fuck you.
So, I'm Fuck You, puppeteered by the flesh puppet called Ben. Fuck You is a immortal arsonist bard.
And don't forget rat exterminator.
Yep, and he's a rat person exterminator.
He got one.
It still counts.
It still counts.
Still counts. Very nice. Assassin.
It's muted.
Hello, I am Assassin. And I did think I was gonna be the main shit of the campaign, but it's becoming quickly apparent that I'm one of the most balanced. And somehow I don't understand this because I am a Cthulian little squid man, who is definitely up to some bullshit. And yet,
Your character though.
Oh, and also my character is
Similar.
Backpack gremlin.
that gremlin. Yeah.
No, it's a
that
backpack gremlin.
Yeah. Oh, that works too.
Change your name, like the points do.
Assassin, backpack gremlin.
No, Assassin, the backpack.
All right. Having logged into Roll20 and therefore usurped the points position, the Professor.
Straight to the point. It's me, the Professor. I'm James. I play.
No, the points are after you.
I play the aforementioned Professor, and they're having a grand old time of it, having just devoured the souls of about 200 odd rat people, and having a strange silvery gleam in their eye as they hunger for ever more power from the eldritch monsters that inhabit their world.
You're definitely cursed, and we're going to have to kill you this session. Sorry.
No, not this session. Definitely in the final fight, though.
No, we'll see how their powers slowly manifest over the next session or two, whenever the DM thinks is appropriate. Because I think it'll be funny to do it in opportune moments.
I want nightmares. I want nightmares and.
No, I'm gonna. I've just got it. I'm gonna start throwing silver coins at you and see what happens.
Oh, there's silver arcanite in my glove. No.
No. To be fair, silver arcanite isn't silver. It's a gem. It is not a metal.
I was about to go, does that work like that? That'd be really cool if it did. But...
They are different substances altogether.
If the professor does end up being allergic to silver, can we just put a coin slot in them?
Willingly or unwillingly, they're getting a coin slot.
Depends on the size of the axe that's used to create it.
Anyhow, the point.
Just after her tea. Hello there, I'm Ali, and I'm playing The Point, a dwarven bard who's asking, are you still the chosen one when everyone who did the choosing was killed by a goblin and all of their souls were eaten by a robot?
Yes, you are still the chosen one.
Great question.
Hey, we know at least one of them may be alive because he got thrown into the toilet.
A lot of them are alive. They managed to get into the walls.
Yeah, that was an acid pit.
And he'll be fine. He's a were-rat. He'll just be really, really hurt.
Also, the party has chosen you. You're now our chosen one, for better or for very much worse.
Yeah, it means we can blame you when everything goes wrong.
Yeah, we're stuck with Assassin.
All right, and I am Chris McKenzie. I will be your DM for today. Before we do get started or do any recaps, is there any bookkeeping anyone wants to do or anything before we get back into the story?
Is James evil now?
They are not. They have not fully manifested the were-rat.
Not the Professor, James.
I
like to think of myself as lawful neutral.
Okay.
Lawful neutral. Gather the power.
By what code? By what code?
My own code.
I have one bit
also law of actual
bookkeeping that I've just noticed now. How do you spell rations? Because I've accidentally put raisins. So apparently we have 4 ogre raisins right now.
Ration.
Thank you.
I mean, jerky is just meat raisins, so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, jerky is meat raisins, so.
Please
yeah.
don't ever describe anything as meat raisins ever again for as long as I live.
Right, so now we're only going to refer to jerky as meat raisins.
I hate meat raisins. I can't tell. I don't know. It just has such a visceral.
You didn't know what it was before today, but you really hate it now.
Yeah.
No, what's worse is mountain oyster meat raisins.
No. God.
Goblin, go back to your cave.
Oh, beautiful.
Just hear the gremlin just groaning in the background.
That's someone just Googling what mountain oysters are. That might be what that is. We all say so, I promise.
For anyone that's listening, this is a mature stream.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Thank
On both ends.
Especially if I say Alterra has set to that,
None
right?
of your bullshit
Yeah, I made sure
should be
to do it.
subject to children. None of it. Like, I don't particularly care about children, but they shouldn't see this. No one should see this.
Or hear about it, at least, anyway.
All right, awesome. I don't think there's anything on mine. If there is, I'll do it when it comes up. Who knows?
Content should not be viewed by anyone.
Yep.
Anyone under the age of 18.
All right, so previously the party went down into the underpath, which appears to be almost a vein-like tunnel running underneath Titan Guts. And from there, you on the pursuit of creatures that appear to have nicked your Void Arcanite blades. You soon discovered that it appeared to be a group of Oni scavengers that have nicked your blade, having encountered 2 of them, Izami and Izuma, in their lair with 2 of your blades in an experiment to bring a dead stone giant corpse back to life as some sort of void golem. Things happen. You guys did diplomacy. You learned that apparently their sister is being kidnapped potentially, or at least held against their will by the Oni King, and they're seeking to free her with the void golem. And parties come to some form of consensus to maybe potentially help if it means killing the Oni King, and I just assume it's to steal all his loot.
It's not just to that. Albina's got a soft spot for the classic save the princess thing. It doesn't matter if she's not actually a princess, it's fine.
That's fair. And also, it didn't help to learn that the Oni King sits upon a tower and throne of gold upon the mines of Avarice, a deep gold well within Titan Guts. And it's not only harvesting gold, but also small concentrations of gold arcanite, a very rare and precious and useful resource in the Shattered Altsphere, in which the base arcanites are incredibly difficult to find. Over kind of decades of this mining, they've kind of amassed enough to make a few gold arcanite weapons. One of which you use to bring the golem to life, the I was going to say the scepter top or whatever it is, the crown top of the crown of life.
The centerpiece of the crown, I believe it was stated as.
Yeah, there you go. Centerpiece, that would be the word. All along with the journey, you also made a slight side trek to explore the Cathedral Earthquaker, where you got into the point being some were-rats who you decided to murder at the end, and what appears to have once been and is now yet again an entombed last surviving devil for the Order of Song and Pantheon of Melody.
We briefly freed them, then decided you're a prick and locked them back in their cryotube and then sealed it up with clay blocks.
I do enjoy the energy that you probably would have worked with him had he just asked you to. Like,
100%.
if you literally just been like, hey, do we want to go kill a god? Y'all would have been on the ball. But the moment he's like, hey, I'm going to be slightly charming, you're all like, no, fuck you, die.
Consent is important.
Alvina would just be, you had me at kill. That was the first word I said.
Why did you keep saying things after that? Just say kill.
You'll do what I say. Equal.
I was sold.
No, we won't.
I was sold immediately if you'd have just shut up, we'd have kept going, but you had to keep talking.
Guess I should probably add a mini for the Devil's Piper here somewhere, but I don't think he's getting free any time in this century, so I'm not going to worry about it.
You do need to add one, though, for the rat guy, because 100% he's, I want him to come back. He's just, at last, I found you!
He looks like a mole rat.
Gun at him and shit.
He looks like a mole rat now. He's just got no hair left on his body.
The acids. I was once an old man, but they rejuvenated me. I'm now king of the mole rats.
Turns out the Fountain of Youth was a bunch of rats.
I thought you were going to say the Fountain of Youth was Titan stomach acid.
But yes, after that, you guys had a short rest after a long rest, and set up down the pipes, the vein-like tunnels once more with Drax and your Hydras. I forgot the word for Hydras. God, your two Hydra mounts,
snake,
and your two cars.
We've got two cars.
Nope rope double edition.
Gonna have to.
It's feet rope.
Oh yeah, because they do. They have feeties.
Yeah, they have
feeties nope rope double edition.
I put in simple. Here we go. Now we have Gwentmobile and Dark Gwentmobile.
Oh, the Gwentmobile.
Did we have a name for your car? Was it Bob who summoned it?
Yeah.
The Zormer wagon.
Knowing Zorme is going to be...
I think that's the Zormobile.
That's Zormer wagon. It's got to be German.
Zormobile's pretty good. Zormobile's pretty good, actually.
I don't think it has a name. It just has a number on it.
No, here's the thing. Zorme would have designated it like a series of numbers, and someone else will go, fuck that, and then named it something.
It's just number one, Alvina. Shut up.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna find a random vehicle name generator.
Well, for now it's Zormobile, just so I can have something on the map.
The car's name is Juan. Number Juan.
Number one. It's Juan. Vehicle name generator. I like that this is actually a thing. Strip hoof bus is a pretty good one.
That's Gwent's.
I know, that's what I was like. That's
hoof
a great
bus.
one. Me shot train. Chemical lightning car.
That works. Let's move on to the actual session and stop naming cars.
No.
This is riveting stuff.
That's a future Tuesday session. Just to tune in.
All right.
Name cars.
So we did a little bit of a time skip, and for the full day, about 12 to 15 hours, the party were rumbling down through the corridors, doing whatever kind of side conversations they wanted to do, doing any experimentations they didn't think would blow up in their faces they wanted to do, or, catching up on a nap or something. As you made your way through the rocky terrains, you did not encounter anything of noteworthiness.
Okay.
As the party arrived to the next map, which let me actually just copy and paste this since I did drag them all down here. I'll just throw them onto the new map here.
Are these mushrooms flammable? That's what Alvina's currently trying to figure out.
All right, so I'm not bothering moving you guys on the map. Just now, your characters are there somewhere, probably under a Hydra. Might as well move the Hydras out a little bit. Here we go. Just so you guys can all see stuff. And this is where we resume today's session. I do believe at some point you either had to resummon the cars or the cars have disappeared for now since they do have a duration of 8 hours. Did you want to spend the spell slot resummoning them, or were you fine to walk for a little bit? With the Professor spell, you're aware that you have gotten close within 1,000 feet off effectively the next area.
Yeah, I would. The hand would sort of give a big thumbs up and just fly back and reattach to my wrist. We are close.
Do they have to be stationary to summon the cars as like a ritual, or can they be sitting on a Hydra and we just keep walking?
Only if it's a ritual cast. I don't believe it is.
No, it's not ritual casting.
Ah, sure.
Mine is ritual.
Yeah, for ritual cast, yes, you are correct. You can be doing it while traveling. That's fine. It would just have to be a ritual.
I just assumed it was a ritual.
Yeah, you gotta pay for that car service.
We should dispense. We should dispense with the vehicles now. We are close, and we do not wish to draw any undue attention. There may be scouts in the area.
How the hell do you think we're gonna not draw undue attention?
Here, just for now.
Perhaps if we do not charge headfirst forward in vehicles the likes of which this world has not seen.
I mean,
in some years.
We've got a bunch of people after us. So, like, there's the Nothics. They probably don't like us anyway. Plus, Abigail's dad.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well,
my dad. What do you mean?
Well, a couple of nights ago, I screamed at Big Toe, and he said, "Or no, I asked him if we."
You mean last night? Last night when we were in the cathedral?
Yeah, I didn't scream at him. I asked him if he's found what he's lost yet, and he said yes, which is weird because I didn't actually take anything.
I assumed you took something.
No, I just wanted to mess with him, but he said that he's coming after us now.
Oh no!
And you assume it's for Abigail?
No, they're probably right. Yeah. I was worried how he'd react when he found out. I just kind of hoped it would be kind of gone far enough that he wouldn't attempt to send anyone after us. But
no, I mean, he's probably not after you. I mean, Big Toe's probably told him that I stole something.
No, it is quite likely he's after you.
Why?
You are annoying.
Oh yeah, Big Toe's after me, but he said
definitely after you.
he said that he's found whatever I've stolen, but I've not actually taken anything.
No, he probably is sent someone to bring me back. He was very adamant I shouldn't have left.
He was.
Why shouldn't you have left?
In the professor's head, he's just thinking. Yes, he was quite angry when I told him Alvina had taken.
Alvina had taken his daughter.
But I don't say that out loud. It's just
you're not that dumb.
Passes in front of the professor's face, and then they see the future where Alvina rips their arms off, and they just hold a finger up and open the mouth and just go.
No,
we should continue.
Yeah,
thinks better of it. We should continue.
That shows that the wisdom has that the professor has a good wisdom skill.
Yes.
I mean, if Big Toe does turn up, I'll just kill him.
What? I mean, maybe don't do that.
Yes, we need an able-bodied fighter to destroy the Senate.
Well, yeah, but he's still a friend of mine.
Oh.
Also that.
I mean, you can.
And one of the
you can incapacitate someone without killing them.
Yeah, you can break their legs.
There are many ways.
Oh, I've got ways to torture him without killing.
Well, let's hope this never comes up and Big Toe doesn't find that.
I am sure that won't happen. Frantically scoops up the breadcrumbs I've been leaving.
You would just say we'll just dismember him. It'll be fine.
You won't really do. Looks to Zormir. Zormir, can you make sure Fuck you doesn't do that?
Fuck you, don't do that.
Fuck you, I can do what I want.
That's why I work with.
I nearly
expect me to do anything more.
I nearly inhaled Coca-Cola. That really hurt. Ow.
Sorry.
That hurt.
I respect fuck you's freedom.
Ha ha ha. I get it now.
Yeah, you have to be free to do what you want. It's very important. If fuck you wants to dismember someone, then that's their choice.
Oh no, I don't really dismember people. I just psychologically scar them.
Oh, that's good.
That is worse.
We need to get you a personality again, Professor, or at least install some emotions back into you, because our argument hasn't finished yet.
I wasn't aware we were in the midst of an argument.
That is precisely what I mean.
Yeah. It's not as if I can inspire words of terror to people.
That is exactly what I mean. You don't... seem to understand that the argument earlier is not done.
It appears that the world in front of us suddenly got really dark.
Well, it's technically out of your line of sight. As you can have this conversation or making your way through the tunnels, still keeping your ears pierced for any sounds off in the distance. None that would cause you to stop, just an occasional rumble in the distance.
So we're to keep our ears pierced then, rather than ears peeled?
Yes.
My ears are pierced.
No, you keep your eyes peeled. You keep your ears pierced.
Which brings me to a great point. Fuku, could you roll me a dexterity save?
Okay.
Please not. Oh, no. I was about to say,
He's about to get pierced.
You narrowly avoid the hole that suddenly just crumples in front of you. A small little pothole, but may have, accidentally twisted your ankle should you have stepped in it.
So is this going to happen every time we pick up on you pronouncing words wrong now?
No, I came to terms with that a long time ago. You're just going to have to accept that part of me.
It's fine.
But, however, as you do arrive down this corridor, you come across a small fork in the road with a massive vein of blood crystal art. What the hell did I call these things?
We called it blood crystal according to my massive amount of loot of them.
It was blood something. I couldn't remember what suffix I'd given it.
Is crystal apparently. Bloodstone.
A large vein of bloodstone, that sounds right. A large vein of bloodstone in front of you, and then these two arcing paths, one to left, one to the right. What would the party like to do?
Break another piece off.
You do so. You get another piece of bloodstone.
Yay!
I could recast my guiding hand. It would take 10 minutes, and we would be vulnerable at this juncture for the time being.
Go that way.
Sit on the Hydra.
Eeny, meeny, miny, that way.
Going to the right, and Alvin is just like going that way.
But
Eeny, meeny, miny, you.
All right, what does the rest of the party do? Do they follow after Alvina going down the right passage? Unbeknownst to the party that the passages just join up again.
Perhaps we should take the time to split and search for alternate entrance. Oh, they've all gone. Wait for me. Walks after them.
That's fair. As you continue down this passage, you eventually come off both where it continues running down south, but also a slow pathway coming out into what appears to be a kind of rectangular cavern going off to the left and right, just filled with these brown, white-spotted mushrooms.
Okay,
Fascinating. Oh, with my rat people souls, do I instantly perk up seeing mushrooms?
Yes.
Give me a charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Please natural one it and just start devouring all the mushrooms. I've never wanted something more in my life.
Character sheet not loading. Of course it didn't. Talk amongst yourselves. Keep on.
And we'll find out in a moment as it takes you a moment to catch up with the rest of the party anyway.
Yeah, but as soon as the point sees those mushrooms, he'll just say, Alvina, no.
The mushrooms seem poisonous.
I was going to say, can I chat with the mushrooms? Like, are the mushrooms part of the network? Are they on the net?
I'll get to you in a second. Whoever has proficiency in nature, go ahead and give me a nature check. If any of you have proficiency in it, otherwise you could be taking a gamble.
I actually do.
I have survival.
I actually do have proficiency in nature.
I'll take survival or nature,
Awesome.
and if you have both, you can have advantage.
Have okay survival.
That was so nearly a crit.
19.
I have survival. Can I have advantage
I have
on my charisma
proficiency
save?
in nature. Who knew?
No, because this isn't about whether or not they're poisons or not. As for, well,
Nice.
you are not a man to be tempted by their stomach, apparently.
Do you have a stomach?
I don't need to eat.
You feel the calling of wanting to eat these mushrooms. It means nothing to you.
Can I take some clippings for possible spice?
Clippings of mushrooms?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. What
clippings?
for assassin? Yes, the answer is there appears to be a concentration of the psionic network around these mushrooms that allows for a certain degree of interfacing for those who know what they're doing.
Can I just go over and essentially have a chat, do dialogue?
Yes, it's slow and takes you some time, but you eventually establish a connection with the mycerial switching board. What would you like to do?
I'd like to send a message to my owner to tell them where I am.
But I'm right here.
You do so. This is the equivalent of the most ancient of networks. It will take a couple days, but they will do so.
Yeah, I want it to be almost like a fact level of but also like almost like a postcard holiday update where it's just like missing you, hope you're well, here's a bunch of information, BT dubs, we need to get oranges for the caves, mwah mwah kisses, essentially, but like facts version.
Vaguely hear a
From everyone else's perspective, you just see Assassin like slapping the mushroom tops with just zero rhyme or reason.
This makes sense to me. With a 19, are the mushrooms poisonous? As far as I can tell.
Let's actually find out. They are not. They are edible.
Yay! I'm gonna take a lot of them.
They have a strong earthy taste to them.
Ooh.
The point is probably also slapping mushroom tops, but just in the like playing on a drum way.
So you two are just slapping mushrooms. Alvin is ripping them out of the ground.
I do like the energy of there's just essentially Morse code beats in the message now. That's just the point tapping out a beat as well.
It's just like random letters, like just being put in. It's like happy to see thy, and just real weird punctuation things.
Zormir, what are you up to? What is this message?
Oh, so you can put attunement on the actual ring when creation. I was trying not to interrupt the flow of the stuff most.
No, that's fair. I forgot there was a tick box there.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to have an effect on my character sheet right now with it not having that attunement thing, I think.
No, I forgot to add an ollie effects now, and I'll go up and update that later. Okay. Thanks for that.
Cool. Salvina now has a shit ton of mushrooms and shit ton of different mushrooms in her inventory now.
Yes. You have blue and you have brown mushrooms.
Assassin can't help but be slightly horrified as they probably heard the screams of the brown mushrooms being picked.
Oh.
Well, I like to imagine they're a hive mind rather than individuals.
It's just.
Well, then there's just lots of screaming.
Ow!
Much more screaming. Unfortunately, you can't kill them in a way that matters.
No, it's not screaming of them dying. It's screaming of them being maimed instead.
I had to unmute to say it, Assassin there.
You cannot kill them in a way that matters.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just off to the side of sight, having a look over the ring whilst it's inside my armor, and seeing if I can glean anything from it. See if it does anything else beyond what the Watcher told me it can do. I'm glad I'm not adding this to my damn fucking gun.
With your passive arcana, there definitely seems to be very detailed, like we're talking near microscopic, detailed arcane glyphing into this. You've never seen, even with one of your strongest magnifying glasses, you're still struggling, having to strain your eyes to really make out the details. You've never seen anything of this complexity. This might be quite possibly one of the greatest works of artistry you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. There's 100% more secrets to be gleaned from this. But the sheer scale of the volume of work here actually makes it really difficult to get started.
Mm-hmm. I love the one person who's got a half okay chance of seeing it is too stupid to know what it means.
Yeah. I'd have to tell you every fucking room.
Yeah, you have to explain to me the basics of artificery before I can even comprehend the
Is
stuff.
it easier to teach Sormir to get better eyesight, or Alvina Arf? No, I'll just work on my eyesight.
Yeah, I reckon we can invent glasses.
But yes, is there anything the party would like to do before moving on?
No, just gonna loot a lot of the mushrooms.
You just sound like you just loot anything you come across.
Yeah, it might be useful.
As the party continues south, feel free to move your minis down to the next area. Because I don't know why I'm moving all your minis. You guys can move your own shit. You spot probably just even as you're coming down, especially Alvina with the ridiculous eyesight. However, it is dark in here, and you are having to use a light source for those of you who don't have dark vision. So it does take you a little bit to actually get within range of it, 120, 60, depending on what your ranges are. But you see something on the kind of floor beyond. It's dark in the kind of gray scale. You're not actually sure if it's just maybe like a little bit of a hole or a shadow or something. But as you come closer to it, you realize that it appears to be pools of semi-dried blood with these yellow and green, almost look like either flower petals or kind of clippings off plant life strewn about the area, as well as there appears to be kind of marks along the walls and little fragments of kind of chalk dust where it looks like maybe a weapon's kind of scraped against the wall and kind of thrown a bit of dust into the air.
I want to lick a petal, and if it doesn't immediately tingle on my tongue, I want to eat it.
Does it attack you?
You do so. You put it on your tongue. I don't believe it would tingle. You eat it.
What does it taste like?
Poison.
Notes, please.
Blood.
No. For this particular, it would be kind of a leathery leaf, something with a bit of a kind of a thicker membrane than a traditional leaf, almost kind of semi-plastic.
I was gonna say almost like a succulent or cacti.
I was like a rubber
like
plant, but yeah, that works.
There is also Landi, I think it is. It's got a rubbery leaf. You're talking a gardener here. For the council.
Those ones are good.
Then a resilient membrane leaf.
So, do I know the leaf?
You do have proficiency with nature, so give me a nature check.
Personally, I mean, you don't know his story.
I probably wouldn't have eaten him if I didn't know him personally.
But while you're doing a nature check and eating the leaves to discover information, what would the rest of the party like to do?
Look at
I'd
the,
like to
look at the little squid man and go, wow.
I'm gonna use a destiny point because I want to be really smart here.
I want to look over the scene and try to figure out anything more than just there was a fight here. Essentially.
All right, give me, I guess, investigation.
I'll help with investigation.
I will assist you with the investigation. How about that? Does that sound like a better idea?
Yeah.
And we want,
between the two of you,
-2.
And Alvina's kind of battle experience, go ahead and have an advantage for that investigation.
Was it advantage on both of us, or just a help for Zombie?
Just one person should do it, and that person should have it.
Zombie, you're good.
All right.
22.
22 for both. Anything else for the rest of the party would like to do before I go around results?
No.
The point is just watching Assassin eat a leaf and shaking his head.
Just eat a leaf that they found on the ground and pull blood underground.
I'm eating it the same way that full sample a really expensive whiskey. I'm letting it really chewing on it, thinking about it.
If fucking saw you doing that, he'd probably do it as well.
Sherlock Holmes mode.
No, has anyone
with my
seen...
assistant Alvina.
has anyone seen Ice Age 3?
Yes.
I don't know.
Probably.
You know where there's the weird, crazy Australian weasel that starts, tracking by, licking the ground? That's what I'm imagining Assassins doing right now.
I have not seen this movie, but absolutely.
You need to watch it just for that character.
There is
He's getting his own TV show.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That character, Buck Wild, is getting his own TV show.
Is a
Their
crazy
name is Buck Wild.
It's a
That's
crazy
incredible.
Australian
He's
weasel
voiced by
with
Simon
one
Pegg.
eye and a dinosaur tooth knife called Buck Wild. Okay.
Yeah,
He's voiced by
he's got an eye. Yeah, he's got an eye patch made out of a leaf.
I love him so much.
He's
You've not even
fantastic.
seen him yet, but you love him.
I'll see if I can find a GIF
I've
so
only-
you know how crazy this
I've
guy
only
is.
had the Buck Wild for the last 5 minutes, but if anything happens to him,
Buck Wild. All right, going around the nature check. As you ingest this leaf, you get the distinct impression that this isn't a natural leaf or a plant leaf as you would expect from plant life. This appears to be kind of the rubberiness and the membrane of it. This is something you'd more associate with some form of humanoid plant, maybe a dryad or a treant or some of that nature. They tend to have thicker membranes as they have more skin-like leaves.
Huh.
I can detect a distinct sentience.
And there's a
It's
sentience to it.
It's a sentient leaf. Got it.
It was part of something sentient.
Oh, like a train. I imagine being a wood elf in a forest. I've seen a train.
And not only that, with your 22 nature, you have become so good at apparently taste testing things. You get the distinct taste of flavorings to this leaf. There is no regular flavorings of if you would eat a creature. You can kind of taste the kind of increased saltiness to it, suggesting that at the time these leaves are kind of removed from the entity, presumably wounded from the entity, they were kind of in a state of high fear and panic to the point where it's this kind of sweat and adrenaline has gone into the leaf-like skin as well.
So I'm detecting
Well,
a
sweat,
heavy
that's
body of sentience with the aftertaste of distinct panic and terror.
Ah,
You
I've
can,
tasted that.
you can
before.
taste emotions?
Yeah.
You can't?
No.
The
Yeah,
point
as a
takes
physical
several
presence.
steps backwards.
I mean, I make people feel emotions.
Huh. We need to work on that. I feel like I can teach you. I can train your palate.
Okay.
I'll be not sagely with the yes, you can taste emotion.
Alvina,
No
concentrate.
explanation.
Get-
As Zormir and Alvina
the robot without a tongue hangs its head.
picks over the scene.
Alvina, concentrate. Was-
Punch you back.
it was
The
more.
additional information that Assassin has given you seems to align with your own investigation as well. There, as you kind of look about, you can kind of catch clippings of leaves to both the south directions, to the left and the right there. However, the kind of direction they appear to have been fallen into suggests that whatever this creature was or what they were doing, they fled from the south and then arrived at this location, where presumably, as distinctly kind of apparent, a battle took place, and it looks like a creature was laid down on the ground for a good couple hours. You can see indents between the blood pools, where it looks like presumably the plant creature themselves lay dead for a while. Only the body's no longer there, and it looks like you can kind of see very faint traces, if they've tried to kind of clean up their path, but may not have been in a state to properly give this, once over. You can see very faint trails of like kind of a dragging leg and maybe a couple of foot, like kind of dusted over areas where it looks like they may have stood for a second and made a slightly deeper imprint than normal, as well as kind of half buried in some gravel and dirt, another leaf as well, suggesting that the wounded entity went down this southeast passage. You can see traces what appears to be a large rectangular metal weapon, maybe a glaive of some kind, that was used to chip away the rocks that wherever this combat kind of ensued. But it looks like, kind of given the angle and the number, either this was multiple glaives or there were a few entities here. And this kind of aligns with the more tracks you're seeing south as well. Which, go ahead and give me a survival check. Anyone who has proficiency in it, which I assume is Alvina, maybe one or two other people.
17.
It definitely looks like there was 2 or 3 entities that followed after the plant creature from the south, and it looks like they attacked them in a group. You can see that they have humanoid, medium kind of imprints, but as you're actually looking at this, they're slightly wider, and the professor recalls this as well, having previously looked at these tracks. These appear to be the same tracks as you were previously following, but slightly deeper, slightly heavier. It looks to almost be a slightly heavier Oni that was here in a group.
Some kind of giant
size specifically,
though.
But medium size. The Onis are medium creatures.
I think they're large.
I thought they were large.
Medium.
They're normally large. The previous ones were large, at least. I don't know if they can shape change or something, which is possible.
They can, but they can, but default size.
Given the depth.
No, that's fair. Flight recon and the large humanoid footprints.
Okay, that's what I was checking. It's like, okay, so they're preferring to be in medium. I thought that was like an important point there for a brief moment. Fair enough.
They go that way. Based on the 25, do I get a sense of how many there were, or have they ridden single file to hide their numbers?
The Macedonians.
You get that there were. You know what? No, I am gonna make these mediums because they're actually too unruly to work as a group in large.
That makes sense.
And I do like that.
Yeah, deep footprints. They're just heavy guys, or heavily armored.
They are. So yeah, they are. I'm going to reckon as medium just because of the scale of the actual tunnels they're having to work in right now.
Yeah, there'd be a few of them fighting something, so it makes sense.
Could they be like adolescent only?
Or dwarf ones? They could be younger, yeah. They're dwarf only. Dwarf giants. They're just called humans.
They do have shape change, and they can go into either a small or medium humanoid because they're designed to fit into regular society.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use that as a combat advantage. They shrink down when they want to be able to move quicker and easier through these tight tunnels, which makes sense.
Yep, 100%.
Back in larger numbers.
Except for multiple angles against something big like a treant, say.
But the numbers look to be 3. It looks like there was 3 Oni here attacking some other creature that, with the both your survivals, was also a medium size creatures, but it's hard to distinguish their footprints. You're not quite sure. They look like maybe regular footprints. Or at least they look to be bare footprints. You can actually see occasional traces of toes in the dirt.
Because I've got an idea of what this might be. Because I don't know much about Alterra in general.
Oh, could it be
in the area I come on? Yeah, be a dryad is what I'm thinking.
I was thinking that.
Given you're from Fantasia, which is where dryads were traditionally be from, yeah, you would be more than familiar with the dryads, since they are fey creatures.
Okay. Does this look like it could be potentially a dryad?
With a 17, with a 17, given your background, because I modify all your DCs based on your background lore, so it does matter. Yes, these are distinctly, you recognize these from footprints previously, just, especially since you come from a forested area, you've played with dryads, you've interacted with them before, and these look, as much as they can look like dryads, the dryad feet look very normal. They are normal human feet.
You can see the wood marks or whatever, like distinct features that.
Yeah, there's a slight, maybe kind of grainy texture to them because while they have skin, their skin is kind of bark-like.
Would it almost be like the note is that where their footprints are, you can see like the start of like maybe like a sprout of a leaf or something?
But I like the idea that their skin is bark textured, so they do kind of leave a slightly different imprint than a flesh footprint would.
There's a
rougher with little grains.
There was a dryad here.
Oh, that's
how rare are they, Chris?
The professor would be aware that they are not actually that rare. There is a conclave of dryads in the Banshee's Grove who are aligned with the Radiant faction. They are part of the Divine Empire, or the Radiant Empire.
Damn. Ah, well, I was going to go save them. Oh, well.
I still might. She used to play with them as a kid.
There are a faction of dryads nearby. Perhaps if we were to save this one, they would owe us something, but I doubt it. They are fickle. They are on the side of the mad gods.
Oh. Well,
we do not trade with them. Perhaps, Alvina, given your history, perhaps you could link the two factions. We do need all the help we can get.
Do you even know enough about her history for that comment?
Yeah, but I say is like, Alvina's never mentioned it. She just said there's a dryad.
Yeah, wind that back a bit.
Alvina, you look like you were raised in woods. Perhaps
thanks.
Things common.
Wow, judgment much.
You are wearing you're wearing rags. You look like you were raised in woods.
Professor, please.
You look like a street urchin.
Professor,
you look like shit. Do you live in the woods?
Professor, just be quiet now.
Sideways to a chibi professor digging a hole.
Alvina's just glaring at
in your hair.
Admittedly, I think Alvina's like clothes does literally have leaves like tied.
Yeah.
But still.
I know, but I do just imagine like at this point, Assassin and Fuck You are even staring over and just in between, like muttering about notes and just being like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna die, aren't they?" And
just see them glowing.
Continue eating leaf. Like
the
we're not getting involved, but
the point was looking at horror in horror at Assassin. He's now looking in horror at this.
You just see the eyes
it's like
glow
a car crash.
You see Alvina's glowing eyes just go brighter and brighter and brighter.
Alvina.
All I mean to say is that, can we just cut to black for a second and hear a slapping sound?
Alvina, the robot needs to download
from...
a personality. I know.
I have a personality. I take offense to that.
Yes, you can take much offense as you want, but clearly you don't understand emotional things here. That you're insulting the very strong and powerful elf girl who came from Fantasia to know dryads. Why a dryad?
That sentence that Zomia was saying, there's just a clang as Alvina's open palm slapped the professor.
Okay. You deserve that one.
Going over to Fuck You of like, I'd rate that slap like a 7.5 out of 10. What about you?
For me, it's a not one of the bests. So it's probably about 6.5.
Well, that's fair. I can understand the reasoning.
Oh no! Please don't let her hear. She'll try again.
No,
Avina, that was only a 6.5.
Fuck.
Now, Alvina's currently there's like a handprint in your bed and in your face probably. Alvina's currently like a bit absent-minded right now because he's like, oh, there's a dryad. I haven't seen a dryad since I was quite little. It's just like off in her own world and just like, which way did the tracks to the dryad go that I could follow?
Bottom left.
That way. Pointing
bottom right. Bottom right.
I thought it went that way. Yeah.
Yeah,
because it came from
right,
here.
Yeah.
He said.
So Alvina's going to start like going down that direction. I'm apparently dragging the rest of you as well because I tried to grab just Susie and me, but
that's fine.
Let go!
I tried.
You're being towed by Hydra.
Susie, no.
The point learned at this point that it's just easier to follow Alvina than try and herd.
I need to learn to duck better.
That's what the other hand's for.
One goes high, one goes low.
He is ambidextrous, so...
Point. I wonder if when we return to my library, you could assist me in creating upgrades for this body.
The point's eyes just open wide. Oh, I would. Yes, absolutely yes.
No, don't make him do that. That's worse than giving like Alvina thoughts. You're gonna look like David Bowie by the end of it.
Oh my gosh, yes, this is gonna be incredible.
Oh no, I just realised
I'm gonna become Blackstar in this world again.
Yep. Yep.
I
Oh
do
my
not
God.
understand this premise.
Yeah,
I do not understand.
Holy shit, this is incredible. This is the only crossover I will ever accept.
Wait, you're fine with this one. This one you're fine with.
It's a connection and cameo aesthetics alone, and for that, I approve. It's essentially the equivalent of like a Stan Lee cameo in a movie. Like, I'm fully okay with this.
So the professor is doing an unintentional Black Star cosplay.
Yeah.
Well, if the professor asks the points to upgrade their body,
Oh, absolutely.
the body will create them an accidental Black Star cosplay.
But as you guys are heading south, you can catch one or two more of these leafs as you're following the path, as well as clusters of bloodstone still. And as you kind of get towards the south into what appears to be a larger kind of clearing, but you can kind of catch little droplets of blood here and there. And as you kind of look in, you can catch sight of what appears to be a wall of ferns blocking any sort of. Well, you're not quite sure if they're growing along the wall, if there's anything beyond them, but they're taking up the segment of the kind of northwest wall here.
So is the blood dripping from like stalactites or?
No, it looks like it's been dropped by passage.
Right.
Sorry, there's blood drops in the ground.
Right.
There's not actively
take
dropping.
A sample of this blood, please.
Yeah. I was going to say, because if there was like blood dripping from like stalactites, fuck, you would probably try to catch some drops.
They are not. It was just blood dropped in passage by a creature.
Right. Is this
So blood
similar in
spatters then.
sap? Is this similar in sap-like consistency? Or is this more probably oni?
Oh no, the blood is similar to somewhat sappy. It's more sappy than regular blood, but not fully sap.
Half and half.
Yeah, they don't have honey running through the goddamn veins.
You just have amber. It's amber at this point. Yeah, so Alvina goes to the ferns and she'll go in Elvish. You alright in there?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Yeah, I wish I could speak Sylvan, because I definitely would. But
I could cast tongues on you.
that'd be a good one. She's not going to ask for that, because I'm assuming she disadvantage, right?
Disadvantage.
Okay.
Is Assassin currently in the backpack?
Yeah.
They've got three of us there.
Usually I will be. So probably, yeah.
If you are,
stated.
yeah, you might just be able to just cast tongues on a.
I am trying to. Oh, that's where. I'm looking at my actions tabs for my spells, and then was like, oh yeah, it's in the spells tab.
Yes, Kelly, that's how spells work.
Yeah.
So if you've cast tongues on me before, then that'll be in Sylvan, not in Elvish.
Unfortunately, it will still be at disadvantage purely because of the nature of the scenario. Yeah.
That's fair. I just figure it'll help if we get any more conversation. So tongues it is. Yeah. Have it.
Dankeschön.
How
I'm trying to see how many people I can do that.
I don't mean to be rude, but how charismatic are you?
Exactly even.
I see. You can cast it on 2 people, I believe, Kills, if you're...
Then...
you're not full Warlock, are you?
I mean, I am mostly Warlock, but...
Are you level 7 in Warlock?
No.
Then 1 person it is.
I mean, the spell doesn't say I can do more than 1 target. So, I don't get where you're getting that from.
Higher cast rate. If whatever spell level it is initially, if you cast it at a level above that, it usually ends up giving you a second target.
Usually.
But I'm looking at it right now, and it just says the creature you touch, and it doesn't stat And normally it'll say at higher levels, and it doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say it should say at high levels at the bottom.
And it's on the Roll20 compendium, so I think that's.
But tongue is one person only.
Yep. Also, the components is a small clay model of a ziggurat, which I kind of enjoy.
Oh, that is a little fun. I always immediately think of the ziggurats from Warcraft 3. That's the ones I always immediately think of, the little bone.
Yeah.
I just like the idea of having a little mini on you at all times, you know?
Yeah. Of course you do.
Yeah, of course I do. But yeah, you can has that, Alvina. You can be our.
I'm not doing anything. I was just trying to get rid of the spells I used last session.
Oh right, I was like invisibility. Fair. Bold statement. The Alvina starts speaking in.
I'm going to start ritual casting something as there.
But she's probably saying it in the same kind of way that she used to like interact with the ones she used to play with growing up. So.
It's fair. You do so. There is no response from the trees. Zormir, you were saying?
I'm going to start ritual casting something. It's 10 minutes, so I'll see if it's interrupted. Or say what I'm doing.
You find yourself a nice little corner, you start doing so. But yes, as the party is watching Alvina kind of shout into this wall of what appears to be thick thorns, kind of covering it to the point where you can't see any wall behind it. Can
I press my eye to it? There's no.
Oh yeah, if you want to go up and touch it.
No, I'm not touching it. I'm looking through with my eye. I'm getting within
you look
5
at
feet of it. Yeah.
Okay.
You're not going to see much more than the person who sees minute seeing stuff.
You cannot. It is fully obscuring.
It's like a bush.
Yeah, it's like a
really,
wall
really
of plant leaves kind of overlapping each other. It's either a curtain of leaves or a wall that is just carpeted in leaves. It's hard to tell. You can't see behind it. You also to note you have yet to touch it. What's that?
Do I have any healing potions?
Do you have any
physically?
potions?
Yeah.
We have a Gwent.
I do not believe you picked up any as your magic items, so no.
Okay, I was checking to see if we'd picked any up at any point.
The party may have some. I can't remember what loot you guys have gotten.
I'm looking through my loot.
I've got one normal healing potion.
Because even just a wee one, I was thinking about sending my little shadow boy in with just like a little healing potion and just leaving it in the bush as like a sign of hello, we are friend. Either way, have a free healing potion.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Do you need like medical attention? You seem to have been bleeding quite badly.
Do the Oni footprints lead through this wall as well?
No, they stopped at the blood pool and then doubled back.
Okay.
They thought they'd killed it.
Okay. Sorry.
That's my guess. Because they said that the dryad was like laying there for a while, so they like played dead or were unconscious or something.
Yeah, it looks like a body had laid there for a couple hours before getting up and coming down this passage.
Limping off down this way. Yeah, is there any response to Alvina shouting, "Do you need medical attention? You seem to have been bleeding pretty badly."
There is not. There is no response.
Do we have something we can give?
Part of me kind of likes that you're just shouting at a corpse now.
Do we have something? I can send something in.
Would Alvina know what things did the dryads she used to grow up with like to eat? They used to eat, right?
I just want to say the blood and flesh of mankind.
I don't think I can get that as a seasoning, but I can probably throw something for that.
Sustain themselves on light.
Sunlight and rich soil nutrients.
I was gonna say I do have a bag of like a bag of preserving that has body parts in. I could chop some up and make like flesh, blood, and bone.
Wait,
which is a kind of plant food.
I have a shit ton of rotten oranges now. That works as fertilizer.
Let us throw some oranges and meat and
in a bag,
fertilize the
mash
ground.
it all up, and go. We've got a peace thing. If you want it, it's food. It's something.
by the
I just want to
arcane.
check that you're okay.
Would anybody consent to me stealing a healing potion as a player?
Well, I'm doing a ritual.
Basically.
Yeah.
Alvina doesn't have
Yeah,
any,
so
otherwise she would be.
could I have snuck over to Zormir's bag, just pulled out one of the common healing potions, looked around, saw no one noticed, essentially, waddled back up to the wall, handed it over to my little squid guy, and cast minor illusion on it to make it have like a smiley, sort of more friendly look to it, and just kind of shuffle him in to kind of slide in and see if he can like get right in the trees.
Can I suggest something?
Yes.
Give it a flower crown.
Oh my gosh, yes. It looks exactly the same, but it has a flower crown and just some like blush. That's my that's my headcanon.
Just a common healing potion you've nicked out my bag as I'm setting up a ritual.
I assume I spot it and go, it's a healing potion. As a side of, like, we're not evil. I'm assuming no one else can understand Sylvan, by the way, so I think
if I can get inside the wall, it's hard.
Nope.
It's not yet confirmed if I can.
Or do not understand Sylvan.
Okay.
Oh, I don't understand Sylvan.
It's like, I
Rewriting
think
Matrix.
Very pretty sounding though. You might have to write me some lyrics later.
Celestial common and
I'll say sure, but I'll still say it in Sylvan. I wanted this language. Unfortunately, barbarians don't get an extra language, and my background didn't get me an extra one either. Oh damn! I always like having extras. Oh, Draconic and Sylvan. Unfortunately, I'm too stupid to learn them.
But yes, how are you sending through the potion again?
See that? I was thinking of sending it through with the little squid boy.
Via octopus mail.
Basically via octopus mail.
You mean
and
squid
see
mail?
if it can like squish in between like the leaves.
Alvina's basically going, it's a healing potion as a sign we're not the evil.
And you don't have to take it.
Yeah, you don't have to take it if you don't want. And we've got some stuff that the Dryads I grew up with used to enjoy eating. I'm not sure if you will, but they like stuff like this, so...
Can I put a hand on the Point's shoulder and steer them towards the plant and say, a whisper, do something. Eat with them.
So the Point's been a little bit dejected and hanging out to the back since the whole cathedral thing. And he'll...
Because you're here. They're up there.
Then I will put a hand on Alvina's shoulder and say, perhaps this will assist you. And if you consent, the sort of almost electronic tendrils reach out and sort of wrap around your arm and up your arm and into your sort of temple. And not into the temple, but just sort of almost like a heads up display. And suddenly you can almost feel the plants speaking to you as I cast Speak with Plants on you. Oh shit, it's a range of self. Oh damn. Can I... Oh. Rule of cool.
That's a shit. That was a cool idea. Idea.
I would like to spend a destiny point and be selfless, rather than obviously give it to myself or the Point, who are more charismatic. This seems like a you moment.
Yeah, fine with that.
I will spend a destiny point and cast it on you, if I may.
It's also very convenient because I have the leaf symbol already.
Yes. You can question plants about the events in the spell's area within the past day, gain information about creatures, weather, other circumstances, and also turn terrain caused by plant growth into ordinary terrain.
Okay. I'm not going to open it up straight away.
I was going to say, to Alvina, I've just been like, can you ask them to, let my friend in? He promises to behave.
Yeah, I say to the plants, hi, we promise the little squid thing, he's actually trying to help out the Dryad who possibly made you or is looking after you. Can you let him through? Because I think they're injured. Can you confirm if they've been injured?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion at advantage.
Yay!
Hooray! I helped.
You did.
I do like the energy. I like the energy of this tiny little eldritch horror.
Natural 20!
waving tiny little healing potion above their head and being like, "Yeah, I help."
For a moment, you get silence from the plant. Almost, you can kind of feel a ripple wash through them as if they're conferring with each other or some entity within. After kind of a silent second, though, of a couple more ripples going back and forth, you get the distinct impression from the plant, because the plants don't have voices. You just get thoughts and images in your head of worry and fear, of pain, of blood leaking from wounds, of large creatures with pointy weapons, of danger and sanctum.
Okay.
And suddenly there's a slight movement kind of in the center of them as we didn't quite notice until they started moving and retracting, but what appears to be a column of thorns retract into the vines. And as you kind of look to the left or right, you notice that the wall itself is actually covered in disguised and hidden thorns all throughout it. But the small little doorway almost has retracted their thorns.
Okay.
My arm has also gone from your arm. There is still a bit of my sort of tech around your head area, though, just so you're aware. Okay. For the aesthetic.
I'm assuming, how long does Speak with Plants last? I have no idea.
It lasts, I think it's 10 minutes. Let me just check. It's either 10 minutes or an hour. 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll just have that little, like, cheat sheet for that spell up as well. Weirdly enough, that particular spell has never come up before. Nearly every other one has. That one hasn't. Alvina will, like, move to open the door enough to at least let the little octopus guy through and, like, see if she can peek around the corner of the door.
I'm also going to try and peek, of course.
Yeah.
It won't be so much peeking as kind of pushing your way through the foliage, as it appears to be 5 foot thick. But more importantly, does the little octopus attempt to push its way through the wall of
Yeah,
well,
it'll basically like slowly do it as not to kind of rush in and scare them, but just kind of sort of gently squish in, like almost like when you see octopus underwater, like going into like holes much smaller than themselves.
Yeah.
Sort of energy. Like they just kind of like bloop.
Horrible.
Looping forward with the potion in tow.
Yeah, they're probably a lot slower just because they're used to being able to bloop about without having to hold something, and they're real struggling to get this potion through the bush. So you can kind of hear like the little bit of like glass occasionally sort of like tinkling against the leaves as they're like struggling a little bit.
Clink, clink, clink.
All right, as your very terrifying fucking octopus.
I did minor illusion them. They have a little flower crown and a little bit of like uwu blush to make them more friendly.
With that, go ahead and give me a charisma stealth check at advantage. Let's see how not intimidating a Cthulian fucking black blob is.
So my modifiers for charisma and dex are the same.
And just give me a charisma check, a stealth check with your dex.
I found, I think, what it looks like right now, by the way. Jeez.
Oh no!
Luckily, I did say with advantage.
Oh, thank God.
Because you did the minor illusion and blush.
Anime blush.
And the little flower crown.
No.
Unbeknownst to you, that flower crown and blush saved its life.
It was this a slight look of horror, and then, oh, okay, it's actually sort of cute.
It's because it was twisted round, so it couldn't see the flower crown, and it's horrified at first, and then it turns around and it's got the tiny little flower crown that's slightly squint because it's been struggling, and the blush, and they're just like, oh, it's kind of cute.
It starts walking in like slowly at a moment, and then pauses to catch its breath, and that's the moment where it looks cute.
Nice. As it does so, do you get feedback from this creature? Remind me. Do you see through its senses or anything?
I can choose to do that, but obviously I am then blinded.
Are you going to do so? I need to know what I'm describing.
Yes, I shall do so.
Okay.
You're in a bag. You might as well.
That's fair. After a couple
that
seconds,
happens, people just think Assassin's going for a nap.
to be fair, you could have done this before sending it in, so you can be in its senses as you go in. You get a decent. There's resistance, but that's more just kind of how finely packed the vines are, and anyone else kind of watching sees that they push their way through vines, and then the vines kind of snap back once they've made their way through, and there's just a thick wall, 5 foot of vines that is constantly kind of pushed through to still be completely obscuring, because that's how giant 5 foot walls of vines work.
Yep.
But to the creature, as they push through, they come into what appears to be a massive cavern, or maybe not so much a massive cavern, but a decently sized cavern that is filled with these more thicker but loosely packed vines and a couple plants here and there, as well as. Actually, go ahead and give me a perception check, because they're not going to be visible to you. I need a perception check, either with your own senses, since you're looking through the thing. Probably your own senses. Yeah. As you kind of look around, you don't see a creature in here, but you kind of get a sense from the plants to leave the potion and retreat.
The little squid will sort of move just far enough in so it's within view to put the potion down, will like wave it over their heads to like try and do like a wiggle, get their attention, gently place it down, and then like step backwards like Homer Simpson into Hedge style. Of just sort of like, okay, going.
I am going now.
I am going, and just kind of like slurps back in.
Nice, you do so. You come back out, and the rest of the party are all just standing there waiting. Seconds pass, nothing happens. What would the party like to do?
Assassin will get out of the bag and just be like, I can confirm the delivery, but not the receipt.
Yes, the plants.
Yeah.
Are they okay with it? Does it work?
A couple seconds kind of go back and forth with the plants rippling. They're telling you kind of the imagery of patience. Wait. Confirming. A couple more seconds as the plants are kind of delaying you. Not out of anything nefarious, more just they're not sure what the answer is yet.
Delivery update pending.
It's a plant.
Yeah, it's also a plant. Gonna take a sweet ass time.
Yeah. If the Entmoot is anything to go by, they're not in a rush.
Would anyone like to do anything impatiently while we wait? Otherwise, I'm just going to advance until something actually happens.
I was starting to cast the ritual for identify.
It won't take the full 10 minutes before they respond, but it is going to drag on for like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Does anyone want to do anything in that time slot?
No.
At this point, I'm probably just leaning over and telling my squid that it's a really good look for them, and just absolutely complimenting them, while the squid's like moving around in like what you can detect is a "oh stop, I'm blushing" energy.
Stop! No, you.
Stop! No,
No,
compliments. You. Oh, that's so cute. Compliment me more, please.
The point would have gone up to the wall and kind of just got down on all fours in front of it to try and see if there's any way to see underneath the plants.
No, they're pretty much grown into the soil.
Okay, he'll do that. He'll stand up and just go, "Yep, that didn't work," and then step back again.
I'm not sure what you were expecting, if I'm honest, but
You would have tried something.
Alvina's like very confused. Like, you know, plants have roots, right?
What?
You know,
They can't usually go from the top down, do they?
No. At least not where I'm from.
Vines definitely grow from some of the...
Actually, vines technically do grow from the top down, actually, usually.
Yeah.
Vines
That's actually
took in everything and other things. They
Ivy is filled with spite, and I love them.
Alvina will generally be like just chatting and pat the squid thing on the head. at least once and be trying to get, like, just waiting, basically. She's going to be patient.
Professor looks as horrified as they can be with a featureless face at you touching the squid thing without punting it. I try and buff out my dent.
I do like the energy of just Assassin being like, "You did such a good job, buddy. Like, I watched the whole thing. You did so good. Like, well done. You're getting a treat later. We're finding you a treat. Whatever you want, it's on me, okay?" Just like.
I have a question, by the way. Your squid thing, it's an aberration, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was making sure. It's like I can't also see through its eyes, basically. We need to get a random beast pet, guys.
It does actually live, like, in me. Like, inside of me. I don't think this thing is good.
You know, maybe if you spend an inspiration...
So do tapeworms, it's fine.
You'd see through Assassin's eyes.
Assassin's not a beast, unfortunately.
I'm not a beast, let alone a man.
The Hydra, I think, maybe on a Destiny point, but I doubt on a humanoid of any description, even assassin. We'll get beast sense to work. Yeah, I'll be just going to be waiting. She actually is going to be patient for once.
Yes, a couple minutes pass. And the trees or the vines and the leaves begin rippling again, and you get the sensation of, who are you? What do you want?
I'm Alvina. I just saw that there was tracks for a dryad and a lot of blood, so went to investigate, make sure you're okay.
Who are you with?
My party, the group of us. We kind of just wander around doing things.
You are not aligned with a faction.
No.
Interesting.
Became that a lot recently.
One may come through to talk. I would recommend you. You seem the most in tune with nature.
Thank you. And I say to the group, I say to the group of us in general, they've asked if I can go in alone to have a chat.
Does my lad not count? Do you want a buddy? Can you send buddies? Do friends count?
Yes. Can I give you my eye to look at this?
Hey, buddy, don't get in on my thing. I asked first. I called shotgun.
No, you cannot just call it. You cannot just call it. No, you can't. You can't.
I like to think that Alvina's just walked in at this point.
She has already got in.
Alvina, would you tell...
Oh no, see, you ruined it. I could have had information. You keep ruining my thing.
You ruin everything.
No, you ruin everything. And just the little squids like folding their arms and like one tentacle waving at the professor like angrily.
I wish I had never kidnapped you from that base. I will turn this caravan around. We'll take you right back there.
I would
ignore this noise and get on with the ritual. Casting spells.
I wish I'd been kidnapped by someone else.
You always do this.
You're not my real dad.
Do this.
You're not my real captor.
You're not my real master.
Stares at the point and fuck you, and just kind of looks at the professor and Assassin is like, deal with this.
So, fuck you has somehow found a bowl of popcorn.
Oh, of course.
How do we deal with people arguing over popcorn?
I imagine Alvina has popcorn somewhere.
It's innate now. This popcorn appears when we sit and observe conflict.
I just really enjoy the energy of two like book studious characters yelling at each other like teenagers.
Nerd fight! Nerd
I just really enjoy the energy of it.
I did enjoy that. I did enjoy that. Thank you. I missed you in these sessions, Kales.
You need a cantrip called popcorn now. I need a can.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wait, Druidcraft can do like small amount of fire, so it can heat something. So you could make popcorn with Druidcraft.
It can also make flowers.
It can also make plants. It can make small amounts of
plants. Oh my god, you could in 2 actions grow popcorn and then make popcorn.
I mean, if anyone looks closely, it is just a minor illusion.
Incredible utility.
I'm not gonna lie.
The point would have minor illusion seen this minor illusion are slightly bigger.
Bag of
popcorn.
And then fuck you, then minor illusion, a bigger one.
Oh god.
Smash cuts to both of us with 5-foot square box.
Yeah, he's just getting into like crazy sizes where it's bigger than you, and the hydras are starting to look concerned.
I mean, doesn't take much for it to be bigger than fuck you.
Doesn't take much to be bigger than Gwent either. But Alvin has fucked off to do diplomacy in the classic barbarian fashion of 0 charisma.
I love that if you wander forward, it's just the sounds of us arguing just disappear.
Essentially, the energy of the argument just fading into the background.
Yeah. Yeah, Alvin has walked in.
You see the same scene as before. This cavern appears to have been kind of draped and hanged with vines and ferns and leaves here and there, to a point where it's kind of almost like a plush opening in a forest, but there's still the darkness around you.
It's like back home.
It's like a nature-filled cave from back home.
Yeah.
As you step firmly into the center, you can see the remains of an emptied healing potion. As a voice calls out from a location kind of unseen to you. What's your passive perception?
I believe.
Was that 15?
15, yep. 1-5.
15. Okay, so you do not immediately see where they are.
I don't get any negatives for like dim light or anything, if that helps.
Nope, but they gain advantages because they're in a nature terrain.
Yeah, I assume. I just thought it was like worth pointing out that my eagle eyes like negate any negatives I'd get for stuff like that.
Cool. As our voice calls out it would be in Sylvan. She's intrigued by the fact that you were speaking up. You know, not many know my ancestral tongue. Sylvan is a hybrid language. Where did you learn it?
I wish I could say this was normal. I used to be with a lot of people who could speak it back where I grew up, but I was never able to completely grasp it myself. This is an effect from a friend.
Ah. Magic, I see. I guess it was too much to hope you were speaking it naturally.
I always wished I could learn. I could never grasp it, unfortunately.
Which...
I can't roll my R's.
Yeah.
That was always the problem. Which region do you hail from? I don't recognize that accent.
Fantasia. I would say whatever forest name that I grew up in, which probably doesn't exist in this world. Well, what was it? Hestia Woods, that was it.
Interesting. I don't recognize it. Which dominion did you say you were from?
Do I know what that means?
You do not. It is not a designation in the original Alterra.
Don't know.
Blue one.
Honestly, not sure. I've never heard that term before.
You can guess at an archfey.
Where? You don't seem to have been. I guess let's just cut to the chase. Were you born inside the Empire or out? And were you born in a colony or not?
What master do you serve? What am I supposed to say?
Definitely out, not in a colony. No, it was a village. Yeah, it was a village, not a colony. So there's no lies in any of it. She's just saying things, but they're completely honest. So
Okay, so you're not an ally, at least. But you don't seem to have hostile intent. You don't have the... Well, you don't give off the aura of someone working with the Republic. Entirely possible you could be from the monarchy. You definitely have the muscles for it. You're not aligned with any of the monarchy?
No.
I don't even know who they are.
Yeah, pretty much like no.
Would Alvina be like, oh yeah, but we're gonna do a regicide today?
Honestly, Alvina might not know what the word monarchy means.
Oh, that's fair, actually. I just really like the energy of like, oh yeah, no, but we're gonna do a regicide today. We're gonna kill Leone King, just really casually.
We're hoping to destroy the monarchy, which will lead to anarchy.
If Alvina was smarter, I'd say she probably would say that. But unfortunately, she's too stupid to know what monarchy means, so just goes, okay, that's that's one of the factions in this world. I definitely don't know who they are, so I'm going to say I'm not aligned.
I see, so for all intents and purposes, you're a heretic. But you seem to be an ignorant heretic.
I get told that a lot.
What, you poor soul, what do you know of the great divine that guides us?
I didn't know there was one.
I didn't know there was one.
I see, this is painful to my ears.
At this point, the Dryad is pretty sure that Alvina has been hit on the head and just has like a concussion, just has no idea what anything is in this world.
Were you dropped on your head as a child?
A few times, actually.
So you were born outside the Empire, and you're not aligned, so maybe a Scrapland faction? Could be related to the rebellion, could be one of those wayward lost souls. You see. And your allies, the plants tell me there's a few outside. Are they not aligned with any factions?
Not really to my knowledge. I mean, two of them are. Can't remember where they're from, though. Not any of the ones you mentioned, though.
No.
And as they're having this conversation, her voice is kind of shifting around the room as she appears to be kind of almost prowling around you, still unseen.
Yeah.
Ooh.
This thing, if anything goes down to it, Alvina can't be surprised. If she tries any hostile action, she immediately realizes she's taking hostile action, so deals with it. So I have two ways to detect that. So I'm not too concerned.
And what is it you and our allies are doing down here in the veins?
We're going to go...
No?
Yeah, continue, sorry.
This isn't exactly a location I'd expect to find wayward souls. At least not those who haven't escaped from the mines.
Oh yeah, we're going to go and viciously murder the Oni King for kidnapping a little girl.
Fair. The gods say nothing against this.
Because I would have thought of this before you started talking. I'm aware you're not the most charismatic or talkative person, and you just blurt things. Could I, maybe at this point, just sort of cast message and say, how is everything going?
You attempt to, but your message doesn't penetrate the ferns.
I assumed it would be something like that.
They appear to be blocking
to the party because that's.
I mean,
unusual.
you don't know that it hasn't penetrated. You just don't get an answer.
Yeah, you
So
hear back no response. You get static.
Oh, Alvina.
Hello, is this thing on?
Alvina. Something is wrong, you guys.
You don't think it's unlike Alvina just to ignore you? As that sound like a shit-eating grin on their face.
I will throw you into the sun.
I'd like to see you try. There's no sun here. We both know that.
Yes, we do. You called my bluff. Well done.
What's a sun?
Male child.
Eyes narrow. Both our eyes narrow. I don't even have eyelids. How am I doing that? Who knows?
You know what?
Eyelids just get smaller.
Just for you, Professor, I'm gonna reinvent a sun just so I can throw you into it. Just for you.
I would like to see you try.
You will.
You just said that.
You need to usually pay for that.
How long's it been? I want to know if I've cast this fucking spell yet. It's alright. Try and ignore these people.
We're at 5 to 6 minutes now.
You're about halfway.
It's been a short conversation so far.
Like how essentially threatening to unshatter the alt sphere, literally just to fight the professor.
I mean,
ignoring these two.
The first.
Yeah, so as we turn back to Alvina, I'll let you know in a second once your spell goes off after a couple more sentences.
Just ignoring them. I'm like, no, I need to concentrate on the spell. As much as I want to say something, internal monologue is saying, oh, for fuck's sake.
It's slightly taking just slightly longer than the ritual otherwise would, because every single time you're having to focus, you just hear something that's just pulling you out, and you're just like, please, no, just shut the fuck up.
That or you hear a clang when Assassin has thrown something against the professor's head.
It
just
feels
a soggy
like
orange.
Feel like the driver of the car taking people of their clubs and that, and just like, we'll get there when we get there.
The point will kind of position himself between Zorma and the rest of them, attempting to block something with his body, not really working, but just being there. Just standing ominously.
And Susie's just like sitting there quiet, like just looking at the plans.
Fucky's gotten bored and just pulled out his DOS loot and is tuning it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Like the energy of all of this going on, just as Alvina's just having such a head empty, full of friendship conversation.
With a probably evil dryad, yes.
Meanwhile, there's just deep speech insults being thrown from the assassin towards the professor,
which I understand.
Yep.
Which is more distracting. Gwent
this is why I picked deep speech.
Gwent is just panicking in the background, going, "What the fuck's going on?"
Yeah, I also speak it, so it's obviously it's the three of us that can understand it. That's why it's distracting.
And Lou's just like, I don't know what to do.
He's fallen asleep.
He's just went into trying to practice his magic again.
He's gonna blow something up.
Lou is teaching Gwent how to play cards.
There is just a background scene where Lou sets something on fire and is putting it out, and there's at one point the flames threaten to take over, but all of us are just so distracted by this, none of us notice it just happening in the background.
Gregor just stomps it out.
The Hydras don't like fire. I definitely wouldn't.
No, I think the Hydra, they like fire because
it stops the regen.
These particular ones, these are the Swamp Raider ones that grow.
No, that's the Swamp Raiders, not the Hydras.
Okay.
The Hydras hate it.
Probably why they'd stomp it out, be like, no! Hey, we're doing what the GM usually
Yeah, how's Alvina doing?
I'll let you guys roleplay for a bit.
Has she been mind controlled yet?
No. The voice continues, kind of circling you. So what do you want with me, then? I appreciate the assistance, but unless you've come to convert, I don't think we're quite that compatible. Which would be a shame. Unless...
Why does everything want us to convert?
Then again, it's not like you know of the gods.
No,
What
it's fine.
drives you? What's your name?
Oh no.
Hi, I'm
It's like
Alvina.
you're trapped inside a hedge getting recruited for a cult.
Cult.
Get out of there!
Hedge cults. Hi, I'm Alvina. Nah. Honestly, main thing, just recognize that you're a dryad. You'd been injured. I grew up with a lot of dryads, so and we got on very well back when I was younger. So thought I'd help you out. No particular reason one or the other.
How
It's
strange.
a multi-level marketing hedge fund scheme.
Well, pray be to Hara for bringing us together. It's a pleasure to meet you, Alvina. My name's Melia.
You fucking kidding me? Don't worry about it. I'll get. That's an out of character thing. Melia, right?
Melia.
Dryad, probably cultist.
Apparently Melia with an E at the end. A-E. Does that change pronunciation?
Melee, possibly, actually, yeah. It might be Melee.
Nah, who knows? I like Melia.
Melee's
Melee.
Well, it's not at all similar to a boss I was literally fighting in Elden Ring who might be very similar to a dryad.
Who knows? Haven't played Elden Ring, so anything there is pure coincidence.
I know, very weird coincidence that one. That's why I went. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm stuck in another fucking tiny room full of plants without talking to a fucking dryad called Malaya. So very close to Melina. Yeah. Hi.
Start rolling, Jamie. Start rolling.
Tell me, Alvina, do you think this world is fair? Just right?
This is a trick question. It's a trap. It's a trap.
No, I've not been in that long.
I was literally thinking of saying that. Actually, I don't know. I haven't really had enough time to make an opinion.
You know, for someone of your strength, I'm sure the world must not seem too bad. But what about all those souls you've inevitably come across in your journey here? Does it seem fair that they're picked on, bullied, destroyed, eaten?
People were mentioning about eating souls. This is the first I've heard of it the other day.
That's what happens out here in the godless lands.
Oh.
No divinity to protect them. No gods to shelter them and love them. The world, it's like a plant. It needs to be nourished, watered, and occasionally pruned. Don't you think so, Alvina?
I don't like the fact that you're using language that I like, but saying something that's so horrifying. How dare you?
You're welcome.
I have never been so 100% offended with something I agree with.
Take the Oni King, for example. He hoards gold and enslaves Noids to mine it for them. They use that gold to then pay for mercenaries or other neutral factions to maintain their throttle hold, slowly increasing their dominion more and more. Isn't that a blasphemy to the gods? Noids should work, sure, but they should work out of love, not out of indentured servitude. Wouldn't you agree?
The indentured servitude, yeah, that's not a good one, but I find you just do what you feel like rather than do it out of love, really. That's always been my way for it.
Of course, look at you, so powerful. Even I can tell that from a distance. More powerful than any soul I've come across in these lands.
Souls taste like, by the way.
Well, it depends. The good, I would have no idea. Those are reserved for the gods. I've only ever feasted on the wicked, whose souls are unworthy.
That makes sense. What do they taste like?
Sour candy.
Like licorice.
Like twisted power. Power that will unfortunately destroy me one day. But power which I can at least give redemption to in the service of the gods.
Oh.
After all, while these swords may not be fit for life ever after, they can at least help bring others into the light, to defend the innocent, to punish the wicked. So, Alvina, that brings us to the question. Are you a soul worth saving? Or a heretic too wicked to see that there's a better way than pain and fear and torment? Are you a barbarian or are you enlightened?
I was always called a barbarian, and neither way, honestly. I don't think I'm either. I think I'm in that little middle weird section.
Also, I really like the boldness of we just healed you, and then the energy of would you are you damned or do you wish to be saved? Would you like to join my cult? Like, bruh. We just
This is how I recruit people to the Northern Fangs at LARP, so totally not a cult. Hashtag.
Yeah, and there's also a group called Totally Not a Cult in the fact.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, neither really.
I'm afraid you have to pick a side, Alvina. Either you are one with the gods, or you're the root of evil. Which are you?
Choice. I'm not one with the gods. I wouldn't say I'm the root of evil. I'm entertaining, at least. But I wouldn't say evil.
No?
Not
And what is
exactly
evil, if not those who wish to destroy and prevent God's paradise?
I don't know. Never spoken to a god.
Confuses them so much they're like,
I do like the energy of the dryads just being like, I don't know how to convince you. Like, it would require any sort of thought for me to like follow.
It's like there needs to be a train of thought going on here, but you haven't invented the wheel yet. So
you need a train of thought that stays on the rails.
You need a rail to get a train of thought.
Hell, you ain't even got the train.
No, I haven't got the rail. I haven't got the tracks. I haven't got the space.
Can barely even smelt.
Is that roll initiative or a mind control?
No, that's a roll of wisdom. Save for her.
Needs a wisdom save from Alvina.
Alvina's logic is just painful.
This is what
I see.
What's it called? Thing the divinity used in the other campaign.
Well, Alvina, it's a shame to lose such a promising soul, but well, if you're not here to seek enlightenment, I suppose we have nothing else to talk about. I wish you and your friends the best on your journey to the Oni King. If you don't mind, I'm going to stay here and relax and recover from my ordeal. Maybe we'll meet again, Alvina.
Very nice to. Thank you. It was a pleasant chat. I'm glad you're feeling a bit better.
Alvina comes out and Professor and Assassin are still fighting.
Possibly. Alvina would just smile generally around the room. He's like,
at this
nice
point...
meeting you.
Oh, no. As Alvina is coming out, at this point, 10 minutes have elapsed. Zormir, your spell is cast.
Nice.
I'm going to identify the ring.
You really could have done all of this during the trip, right?
Yeah, but he's just been talking.
Distracted.
Distracted and talking at the point when he could, or just avoiding letting anyone else hear or see the ring.
No, that's fair. All right, give me an intelligence save.
Okay, intelligence save. Here we go.
Let's see how much you can handle the knowledge dump coming into your brain.
I've got pretty good.
I mean, don't forget, identify doesn't tell you whether it's cursed or not.
It's the best part of the spell that it doesn't tell you it's cursed, unless it's an obvious curse that would be picked up by identify.
16.
16. Would you like to do anything before I tell you the results?
I'll add a flash to make it to 19.
A flash to make it to the 19. Okay. As you do so, you take 25 psychic damage.
I fucking knew it! I fucking knew it!
As the sheer overwhelming knowledge that is poured into your brain is unsustainable and damages you. Unfortunately, as your memory is disintegrated partially by the knowledge, you do not remember anything that you have just gleamed, but you're left with a sensation of, holy fuck, that was a lot of data.
Can
Your
anyone else
intelligence
smell
will drop
like
by 3 points.
burning hair or like flesh, or is it just me?
I'm
Is there
out
any-
today.
Hey, do not change the subject. And another thing. Oh, actually, yes, I do.
Is there any
What
smoke
is
coming
that?
from
Dr.
Zormir's ears?
Does anyone
Zormir,
smell beef?
are
You're
Anyone
ident-
notice beef?
just
Zormir, can you smell
smoke
toast?
seeping out from under the armor.
Bro.
Oh no! I've just realised Susie and Gregor might turn around and start looking
Oh,
inquisitively
no.
at Zormir because it
Like
smells
just
like
sniffing.
burning cow.
Unfortunately, your identify spell does appear to have worked. It just appears to have worked too well to the point where your brain could not handle it.
Okay, that
You'd be
was a rush.
stupid like a. You'd be
And with
stupid
that,
like
I'm going to take a 5-second break there. Discuss amongst yourself as Alvina comes out. They can convert to you everything that they've said there as much as they want. I'm going to get some more. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay.
Doc, you okay?
Hi.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was a bit of a rush. Oh, whoa.
You okay, Zormir?
Overload. Yes, I'll be fine. Just give me. Shit, I
You
can't
wait a
remember.
smell
minute.
like that time I accidentally plugged myself into the network of the electric grid.
No, he smells
All
like
that-
that time
all
I
that-
set him on fire.
So all that time you
Also
accidentally
that-
hit him with a lightning bolt.
Yes,
Yes.
you do. You smell like that time. Oh, I am still sorry about that. You
smell
do
like-
smell like this time. But regardless of the doctor and his misgivings on magical technology, you really should ask for help in your experimentation, Doctor. Alvina,
I'm
what
fine,
did the
I'm fine.
Dryads
The
say?
point was here. They were.
Oh, they were arguing with the goblin.
I was standing vaguely
I
nearby.
mean, we weren't arguing. We were just having a popcorn competition.
And maybe next time
Malia's-
I shouldn't try to do this whilst two people are arguing behind me. Well, maybe some
Oh yeah,
quiet.
they sound like right assholes. Who would do that?
They do.
100%.
They do sound like assholes, don't they, Assassin?
Yeah, they really do. It's really selfish of them.
I didn't ask your opinion.
What the
You
hell?
literally just did.
You literally just did, Professor.
No, I
Wait.
didn't.
You literally just did. Are you trying to gaslight me? That's my job. To
No.
you.
Whoa, wait.
Two
Just
illusory
1
popcorns.
second there. You two actually agreed on something for a fucking split second, and now we're back to bickering. I'm done. Let's go, Alvina. Let's.
It is our whole dynamic. What did you expect?
I will say good.
I expect the squid to kill you in your sleep. Or me. I don't know. I
And
haven't
you'd be
figured this
right.
out yet.
Yeah, and you never will. That's
This
the
is
fun.
why I do not sleep.
I'm going to be saying goodbye to the plants, so you guys get to like. Alvina will be going. Yeah, look after her. Make sure she's okay.
Oh yeah. Assassin's like climbing back into the bag and just being like, "Thank God you're back. I was needing a nap. The argument with the professor really exhausted me. They're really mean to me. Did you know that? You should do something about that. Also, what did Dryads say? How they doing?
Malaya's doing much better now.
What time is it? Why are we here?
Just
Yeah.
thousands of questions.
Yeah, she told me what souls taste like.
Oh yeah, I've
Oh,
always
I could
wondered
have
what do
told
they
you
taste
that.
like. Wait, what?
Yes. I mean,
Wait, you
no.
Yeah, apparently souls taste like, or at least evil souls. Apparently, there's a taste difference. Apparently, evil souls taste like twisted power that's going to blow you up. So I'm really interested. So I need to find an
Ooh.
evil person.
I wonder
Professor
if
just
it's
sort
like
of
anger.
Professor just sort of nods their head ever so slightly and goes, hmm.
I think Alvira would actually pick up on that one. It's like, we need to find an evil person so I can eat them.
I think it might taste like anger then.
You would not devour their soul. Technically, you would devour their body. I would then capture the soul.
Oh, can I eat
as
that?
it leaves the body. Unfortunately, not. You require a special device.
Okay, fair enough.
And I gesture at my body.
Also, we do need to pick up a soul at some point because I did promise my friend that they could have any treat they wanted, and that's the treat they've chosen. So we should do that at some point.
What kind of soul are they wanting?
They don't seem very picky. They just want one. They've never had one before, and it would be their first one. So they kind of want it to be special, you know? Special treat.
Not our souls, I hope.
Can we stop talking about souls? Like, why are we talking about souls?
When you say that, Professor, fuck you, grab his ass.
Yeah.
His own ass.
Yeah. Not our souls.
Not those.
I mean, there's a time and a place for that.
Oh.
I don't think he has one.
And with that, I'm back.
Come save us from our fucking nonsense.
Right, as you are all standing outside of what appears to be the improvised dwellings of Malia, what would the party like to do?
Yeah. Alvina basically told the plants to look after her and make sure she's okay, and see you and thanks for all the help.
Farmer's wandered up.
So long and thanks for all the dryads.
Pretty much. And she'll be getting back on the Hydra, and she was currently talking about how apparently souls taste.
And I said that my little squid boy has chosen his treat to be a soul, so we need to get one.
How about an Oni soul?
Onis do not have souls. Only Noids have souls. There are many schools of thought on the subject, and we cut to
Professor just being ignored as he goes into full lecture mode again. Yep.
Yes. Come back to Abigail in the crossroads, be like, wait, where did you guys go?
I do like the energy of going up, Assassin going up to Zormir and just, because they've clearly picked up on the tension between Zormir and the Professor and looking up and going, don't you think it's really weird that the Professor has such an obsession with souls? Like, it makes sense for me, cause I am evil, you know? Just really bluntly, as if this is quite a commonly accepted fact of just, yeah, it makes sense for me, but for them, it's a bit weird. You know? They have an obsession.
They did absorb all that energy, which was soul energy, back at the... our lab.
You don't know what I did with it. I could have freed them from this mortal realm.
By the way, Chris, I think that might be just kind of handy. Could you give like one of like me or someone this control of Abigail so we can keep her with us, so you don't have to move her manually in your own? Because she's usually hanging with me, so I'll just have it. And you can say if she does anything specifically otherwise.
No, that's fair.
And then Assassin will look at Zormir and also pull out the little ring that they got at the wreckage and just be like, oh, also, I found this in the wreckage. Do you know who it belongs to?
What the hell have you... Why the hell have you got that?
Oh, what? This?
Yes, that's mine.
Oh, it is? Big smile.
You see me going snatch and grab it from your hand before you...
Yeah, I'd like to think that it's just Squid picks it up, runs away with it, like on two tentacles, like legs, essentially.
Just holding it above the head. 23.
Yeah, and it's just like, yeah, what's it to? Oh shit, you're trying to grab it? What's my thing for that, Chris? For
acrobatics or athletics.
Okay, I have acrobatic.
But can you beat a 23?
No.
I cannot. I can't roll for fucking shit today.
No.
Oh. So I like to think that what's happened was assassins tried to be smart, giving it to the squid boy, who has forgotten they're wearing a flower crown, bumped into it with a tentacle, and just yeeted the ring towards Zormir. So literally just thrown it at him, and then obviously Zormir's just immediately got it, and just Assassin goes, you need to pay for that. You need to pay for that. You need to pay me back.
The best part is that I imagine that Assassin's doing this entire thing with their head poking out of Alvina's backpack. And that makes it way better.
Yeah, and just tiny head out of backpack and just being like, "Hey, you need to pay for that. You wouldn't have found it if not for me. I deserve payment. Please, just please."
Looks at you and says, "You were going to try and bribe me to get it, to give it back. Do you even know what this is to me?"
I don't think it's a bribe. I think it's extortion at that point.
Yes.
Yeah, Assassin would clarify. One, it's not a bribe, it's extortion. Bribe implies I'm giving it to you and then you give me something in return. So yes, it is now a bribe because I've given you it. So you owe me something in return. And second of all, I don't know what it means to you, which is why I was trying to find out. So that means I could figure out how to extort you in the appropriate way.
Well,
you get me?
You're not going to extort me now. But
okay. I understand. I do understand. I lost my leverage. So.
And you won't have it ever again. Because this is going in with. And a part of the armor moves back on the one where I do have a hand and straight onto my hand and closed it back up.
Would any of the rest of us have ever seen that ring before?
No, because it's been under. It's been in my room. That's what
I was assuming. Like, is Zormir in the other world? Have we ever seen it before? That's what I was curious.
I will give you. This is your payment. It was my mentor's ring, and I kept it because it reminds me of them, and reminds me of what I need to pay back Junior for. There's your payment.
I'll accept information.
And it was me thinking you just kept the gun as a keepsake.
Ooh,
the gun was the coup de grace for him, but this I will keep beyond coup de grace. That.
Dang, it purely had sentimental value. I could have gotten a lot for that. But I will accept the information. We have a shared secret now. That's exciting. Yeah.
It's a shared secret between you,
I was gonna be like,
me.
I'd be like, yeah, we have a secret now. That means we're friends. Yeah. Accepted. And then
in a message, you hear the professor's voice. Did that belong to your mentor?
What? Who said that?
Apologies. It is the professor.
Because I'd be hearing it as Junkrat.
Isn't it? It's the other voice.
Depends on if you messaged or
messages sound like the professor. Sendings sound like from myself because it's psychic versus whispers.
Verbal, yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. I don't use communication spells usually.
Yeah, you just shout and go. Gah, gah.
You just shout louder.
I shout louder.
Oh, so you shout and rage.
Hey, I did a whole diplomacy thing not 10 minutes ago, guys.
You would hear me whispering. Yeah, thanks to me. You'd hear me whispering. You'd hear the professor's voice. Is that from your mentor? Is that why you keep it safe?
You get the response. You get a whispered response. So, yes, and now I know your range of hearing people from eavesdropping.
My apologies. My apologies, but you were being quite loud.
At this point, Assassin's sinking back into the bag with the squid and just being like, "You've lost your soul privileges. You blew this, buddy. Like, I'm sorry. It's only fair. I didn't get anything from this. We totally we totally blew this. This is our one thing. This is our one way in, and you can just hear like the grumbling in the bag. That
Does it make an
turns into,
adorable chirping sound?
Yeah,
I imagine that the squid goes to the other side of the bag, and Alvina's just gonna whisper to it, "We'll get you a little soul, a little one."
How deep is your damn bag?
Yes, a child.
The point as a dwarf is against a little soul.
Just a little soul is a treat. But I'm imagining it's like adorable chirping, but with like an undertone of like really quiet, whispered, deep speech. Like there's just a hint of sinister, but it's mostly
I can
adorable.
understand it. I can understand it still. I've still got tongues on for an hour.
Oh my god. It's basically just ranting, really frustrated of like, I did so well. Why am I being punished now?
So it actually understood me when I said, "We'll get you a little soul," because I'd probably switch automatically into deep speech. Well,
I have such slippery fingers. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. And just Assassin being like, "I'm sorry, buddy. Them's the rules."
Okay, this argument between them is just anyway, shall we continue? We still need to find people, and also the Oni and Professor. Yes, that is my mentor's ring. I'm saying this out loud, and it is going to be. I am keeping it for sentimental reasons.
You hear again via message. If I see someone with it, I will let you know.
Oh, good luck trying to get it. It's inside the armor.
And also the
again, if I see someone
grumbling
with it, I do not wish for it. I understand what it is like.
Assassin's now grumbling, and now they're just telling everybody. Now it's not even like a secret. Like, what's the point in like secret information if you're just gonna tell anyone? That's not secret information. That's just knowledge. I am bored with this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Public knowledge.
Like,
you guys can't keep it secret.
What the fuck?
While this is all happening, by the way, Alvina is basically going through every single language that she knows now, which is every single language that exists.
Why are you speaking Celestial?
Trying to get to see which ones Susie responds to, and then basically trying to get her to understand the Elvish equivalent of that word to do things.
But alas, you don't understand Swamp Raider.
Does Tongues get Swamp Raider?
Here's one. Does Tongues get Thieves' Cant? Or
it does not, because Thieves' Cant isn't a language; it's an encryption. Yeah. They also wouldn't get Rebellion for the same reason.
Because Tongues automatically does whatever the target understands.
Then yes, when speaking to the Hydras, they will understand you because of Tongues, because you don't have to pick the language; it automatically does whatever the creature can understand.
And she'll basically be doing it to the this means this, essentially, and she'll to do with the Elvish word.
Yeah, I'm also pretty sure it's not like you're actually speaking it. It's you speak normally, and then the listener gets it automatically translated.
Yeah, I'm also Alvin is really dumb. Is the main thing.
That's fair. So to everyone else, they're just speaking common to common. To the Hydras, you're speaking Swamp Raider to Swamp Raider. As it's automatically translating the Elven version into Swamp Raider.
So cow means cow.
Yeah.
So the Hydra is also dumb, is what I'm banking on.
Up.
Yes, we can move on as soon as you guys move your minis down the map. You can set your own pace. But as the party does move down, you begin to find piles of rubble that have been kind of thrown, what appear to almost kind of being dumped out here. It looks like they're just dumping rocks and discarded pieces of wood. Doesn't seem to be anything useful or valuables in it. But Assassin, as you come down here, give me an intelligence check.
Ooh.
This is you live here, Assassin.
Just blank intelligence?
This will be with advantage.
I have forgotten how to do that.
Is it on
just click on your intelligence.
If you're using beyond,
Yeah, that's my rolls are.
Good thing you have advantage.
Oh my god!
Since you have assistance, technically.
Yay!
Not many of you guys.
Destined for a 6.
It is a 6. I don't care what everyone says.
Oh my god!
As you come down this alleyway, there's a tickling at your brain. Something. Could have sworn you've seen this area before, but oh god, just where and when did you see this?
Just lost.
This feels so familiar. Is this deja vu?
You get a major sense of deja vu as you come down here. Like you've seen this place before. Like, I don't know, maybe you stored memories off it, but who knows? Maybe you didn't.
It's supposed to do with cats, right?
At this point, you just hear Assassin in the back going to the squid, being like, "Do you remember? Am I imagining it? Have you been here? Have we been here? Were we here that one time for the conference? And just like chatting away and just being like, no, that one was in the Radiant Empire. But it does feel familiar, right?
Did you wake me up?
Is there anything like shiny or noteworthy in this in any of these piles of rubble?
There are not.
Okay.
And it's purely there for aesthetics.
And the way to each of the southern, southeasterly passages, southeast? Southwesterly passages are blocked, right?
Well, this south one isn't. Only this western one is.
Ah, that is blocked. I was wondering if that was a thing, or is that just a different type of rock? So there's a blockage there, and either of the other routes is fine.
Yeah, it looks like that is squeezable by a small creature, maybe. I just wondered.
I just assumed that was like a rock on the ground. I assumed we could just walk over it.
It is a pile, but the hydras have gecko feet, so they can go in the ceilings if need be.
If I look down there, can I see anything in particular? If I sort of gaze down, I'm going to try a perception, if I may. I so rarely use active perception.
Go ahead, give me a perception check.
I'm just staring down there, trying frantically to just...
At this point, it's mostly the limit of your dark vision.
A natural 1 for a 13.
Dark, more cavern. There doesn't appear to be anything, just more cavern. Just more tunnel.
I'm too focused on what Assassin said about me.
I say we go that way and start walking this way.
The northern passage appears to, while it is still just a pile of rubble, appears to almost have been such a large pile that it's been almost taken up to the ceiling height. Which, granted, the ceiling height is only about 11 to 15 feet tall anyway, as this is pretty much a kind of almost near circular or kind of square with circular kind of rounded edges, vein-like entity.
Yeah.
You can see maybe a tiny bit of just kind of gap at the top, only like maybe a foot or two. So there's definitely appears to be passage on, but it looks like they've just been like piling shit on here. So it doesn't look like it's been deliberately blocked. It just looks like they've piled shit and shit.
I get that. It looks like it's a hoarder trove. Just a very bad hoarder. So yeah.
Very bad hoarder.
Yeah. Hey, as a professional hoarder as Alvina, yeah. So Alvina will just like wander off this way. As the designation that way.
Are we sure that's the way we need to go?
Yes.
Alvina will show you the way.
Alvina will show you the way.
Alvina knows the way.
Professor, do you have the ability to cast that spell again, or
Which spell?
the one that started pointing us in the right direction?
Ah, yes. It will take 11 minutes. But it
Guys, I found the right way!
Alvina, go ahead and give me a stealth check as you're just coming up the corridor.
Do I get stealth, actually? I think I do. Wait a minute. I've got something for stealth. What was it?
Get boots of elven.
I can apparently attempt to hide in any natural phenomenon, apparently.
Well, this is just more your kind of average stealth as you're moving out the corridor and whether or not they might hear you coming, rather than you deliberately hiding. It's just see how ridiculously clumsy you may be.
I mean,
20.
she did just shout down there as well.
Well, yes, I assume they're not actually shouting. I give the characters a little bit more intelligence than the players in their excitement.
Yep.
I mean, really,
as you are-
this is Alvina.
Also, Alvina, what's your passive? You have pretty high passive, right?
The passive
Ridiculous.
stealth.
No, passive perception.
Passive perception is 15. It's pretty good. It's nothing crazy, but it's pretty good.
As you're getting to the corner, you do start to hear something off in the distance, particularly kind of a ringing and a chipping sound, almost like the distant mine. Or maybe not a mine, not that distant, because it's only like a couple hundred feet away from you at this point.
60 feet.
You begin to kind of hear the rhythm of kind of echoing, distorted kind of rocks being chipped away, as well as a little bit of muttering more closer that you recognize as giant tongue. Prompting you to kind of slow down as you get to this bend in the corridor, and as you and Susie, I don't know, maybe you climb up the wall and kind of just take a peek around or something.
Yeah.
You see,
Does it kind of sound like I am a dwarf and a big,
I am a
no.
giant diamond.
It would sound more like, "We are slaves and we're digging some holes. This is our life. This is our lives."
This is our fucking lives. Okay.
More
As you
depressing
take a
version
peek
of
around.
Eagle.
You see what appears to be almost a makeshift or kind of improvised barrier. There appears to be just kind of rocks built up with a couple of these wooden spikes, similar to what you saw back in the Oni's lab, as well as these 4 large red Oni with their blood titan muscle armor, similar to the material of the walls around you, and similar to what the Oni mages were using, but whereas theirs was chainmail, this appears to be made into plate. As well as golden tattoos over their red skin, still visible in kind of their upper arms as they're wearing plate tunics.
Now I got to see Akuma and Izami's tattoos. Does it look like it's the same shapes or different?
Give me a insight check.
Okay.
With your passive perception, you can see them, but this is more kind of just kind of matching them up. While they seem to be similar, there does appear to be a slight difference in the set.
Okay. That's good to know. Albina will then...
As well as that, as you're kind of moving closer, you also get a very faint kind of smell of more nature. There appears to almost be kind of the scent of water or kind of fresh water heading or kind of streaming down from the north, as well as kind of a floral, fragrant scent. It's quite refreshing.
Interesting.
It's not quite like a wild scent, but it's more like almost kind of like a watered lawn.
Yeah, I get you. That wet grass smell. Okay.
Did you just remember again, Kaylee?
Yes.
So, Alvina and Susie will quietly go back to the party and just like put her finger to her lips and go, "Quiet. There's a lot of Oni around that corner up ahead."
Sorry.
Yes.
Very quiet.
We're hunting Oni.
Yeah, that's
very
exactly
quiet.
what
We're
I was
hunting
thinking.
Oni.
Exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. So basically,
I don't mean to alarm anyone, but there's a lot of Oni around that corner. There.
There's 4 Oni. They're in plate mail. They also have the weird tattoos, but they're different tattoos from what Akuma and Izami had.
Can you describe them? And
Gold.
as you describe them, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion and sort of shape it into a tattoo and try and identify that, given my my knowledge of tattooing and with my I'm going to try anyway, Chris, if I may.
Oh, it won't be just be you. It'll be fucking describing them to you.
Yeah, well, so you say
they were
gold,
intricate,
and I
like
go, okay,
patterned
gold.
tattoos.
So
Yeah,
so the illusion
Alvina-
suddenly has just a gold straight line. Okay, what shape? What shape?
Alvina has tattoos, so I'm
I
gonna
mean,
roll an
that or
intelligence to see
Alvi-
if she's vaguely knowledgeable.
I mean,
Would
Avina could describe
you
it
have-
using
Oh,
stuff
that's-
from her version of Fantasia.
I will insight this this intelligence save.
No, I'm sorry. That information is just incomplete at a 4. There's no
Yeah.
way you're deciphering
It's
that.
like it's a squiggle and a different squiggle.
Like,
and
her
then this
information is
squiggle.
so vague.
I create exactly what you say. This is nothing. This is nothing. Are you sure it was Oni?
This is nothing. This is worse than nothing. What are you on
This
about?
is crap.
It was
I wouldn't-
definitely that. 100%. Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Professor rubs their temples.
Drax, I would
you
ask
even
you
know
to.
what a tattoo is.
Drax, I would
Yeah, I'm
ask you
wearing
to
them.
dip into their head, but I think you might get lost in there.
It's open space. You can't get lost in there.
Yeah, it'd just be a void.
Huh,
picture in your
I do
mind's
quite
eye,
like your
can't
humor,
access it.
Zomir, when you pick on the less intellect.
Yes.
Hey, Alvina is good.
Arvina
They
is.
get good food.
Well, good
Just
does
good.
not mean intellectual, little one. You should know that.
Yes.
Yes.
We can surprise them. Alvina, would you like to surprise them?
Yes. Also, there's water and flowers up the top way, which I'm also curious about. But let's kill the Oni first.
Yes. Well,
Murder
perhaps let us
hobo.
not kill them.
I'm not a murder hobo. I'm a murder looter. There's a difference.
If you'd like, I can assist you, but I will need you to trust me. Can you trust me, Alvina?
I don't know,
As I
Professor. Can we trust
hold
you?
out my hand,
Maybe.
and just the edges of wires are sparking at you, and it looks like lightning is passing between each of my fingers and my thumb on my hand. It's like proper raw edge of an edge of a cable that's just been broken off from an electric cable.
So
Do
Alvina's
you
got her
trust
thing.
me?
Alvina's got her hand up and like,
I don't know.
not that much.
Why is he trying to shock Alvina? He knows
What are
he'll
you
get
gonna
hit in the
do?
face.
Say, what are you gonna do first?
It will enable you to attack more efficiently. It will. How best to describe? Do you have in your world? There is a kind of flower which, when eaten, will enable you to. Well, it seems as though space and time slow down, but in actual fact, you yourself are going quicker. Your reaction speeds will be
You mean
higher.
the
You will be able to
spell
parry
haste?
better. Yes, Bob, I'm describing that spell.
That's literally what Zarmir spouts out. Do you mean the spell haste?
Well,
You're going
yes.
to make them
I
run.
know what haste is. I'm assuming. I'm assuming someone has cast haste on Alvina at least once before.
Probably me.
I'm trying to be magical, you guys.
Yeah, I think Gwen cast it on you at one point.
No, I haven't had a haste cast on Alvina yet in the campaign.
No?
Probably in the.
I like to flavor my spells.
I mean, you sound like you're describing the spell we know as haste.
Haste.
Yes.
I suppose that would be of a similar nature. Yes.
I mean, like this.
Yeah. Yeah, sure, why not? You just cast haste on Alvina.
Just walks up and casts haste on the professor.
Right.
Let us go kill these Oni.
Let's go kill this Oni.
I see the internet.
You see the internet?
I'll have you know that's the psionic net for now. Thank you very
I
much.
see the Scion network.
Signet.
It is
Skynet. Access it through your latest dial-up material network.
Not to be confused with Skynet, the organization that Elon Musk will probably create.
I mean,
It is inevitable.
there is already a company called Skynet, so.
Oh, that can only end badly, can't it?
So what would you like to do, group?
I've hasted the professor. The professor.
Well, I'm hasted. I'm also
You're
going to
gonna-
cast haste on Alvina.
Cool. Alvina can currently move almost 90 feet with one movement.
Almost out of instinct, my hand sort of like as I'm hasted, and it's like lightning flows through me. Like my hand clamps closed on your wrist, and electric shoots through you, and similar sort of cables that as before, except like a heads-up display immediately comes over your eyes, like lenses, and you just get like readouts of the terrain, and it's like, yeah, I like flavor. Come on.
No, not you. Whoever's measuring.
I can make it to the Oni in one move.
Yep. Remember, the Oni are most likely at the entrance of a massive cave system.
Oh yeah, but they basically just gave Alvina caffeine.
No, that's fair. It's just I want to make sure the party is aware of what they're doing, and any battle next to the entrance may draw all of the troops inside.
I have an idea. Like, I have an idea.
Jamie was thinking that. Alvina wasn't. Alvina's currently twitching on the spot.
Dear viewers, we're about to find out which path the players will choose in this encounter. Will they attempt to stealth into the mines and up to the Palace of the King? Will they attempt to barter and negotiate their way through the mines and up to the path? Or will they lay siege to the entire mines and just slaughter every trip of the Oni King?
Every Oni.
I have my suspicions as to what will happen, but I'm eager to find out.
Will we go around it? Will we go? Will we go with it? Will we go through it? Probably through it.
Oh, you've got a minute to figure out what the fuck you're doing before it drops.
Yeah, Alvina has got about, I'll say, 1 round for someone to convince Alvina of a better question before she just leaps off and charges the own.
Professor, you're the one who's moving the quickest now. What have you got as insightful? No, stop.
You see Alvina vibrating on the spot.
I look like there's lightning path. I look like Electro from Amazing Spider-Man.
The point will just grumble.
Or the Flash.
Why is there always only just a single guarded entrance?
That's the way things work.
I'm looking at my abilities.
Are Oni humanoids?
Only one creature.
Nope.
No.
They're giants.
You know, when I took Crown of Madness, this might be the most useless spell for this campaign. There are no powerful humanoids. Why the fuck did I do this?
A lot of my stuff is a lot of my stuff is for humanoids as well. I mean, my class abilities rather than spells.
Yeah, it's difficult for specific, like when it's a specific monster type.
Mm-hmm.
For certain things, especially Crown of Madness, because it's so cool, but it's just so pointless because I've never used it. No matter what campaign, I have never used this spell ever.
It's an interesting one because most campaigns center around monsters rather than humans.
Yeah, like it's such a useless spell because there's never usually a point where you want a humanoid to attack someone.
You know, interestingly enough, last session we fought a shitload of humanoids.
Yeah, it would have been very useful.
Oh yeah, all the rat people were humanoids.
All the rat people, and the point was an enemy.
Yeah. So if I may, as the lightning from the professor courses through you, you see their idea and the layout of the battle map, and you hear inside your head the professor's voice going, "Alvina, toss the 2 Oni on the left-hand side of the cave into the silence I'm going to create on the right-hand side of the cave. Then go to town on them. Let us go."
Throw them in a 32-degree direction.
Can't make it to the other 2. Can you do it the other way around?
You can't make it to the left-hand side.
No, they're further away.
The south. Then yes, sure.
They're further away.
I just need to dash there. Yeah. If you can carry me, that would be great.
I can do that. I grab the professor and boom! I am now here, by the way.
I feel I'm going to have to roll initiative.
Yeah. We were absolutely doing that. I think the decision's been made.
There was like very quick reaction of basically you gave the barbarian caffeine.
20 stealth.
Oh shit! I rolled a crit on initiative. Yes.
All right, everyone, roll me initiative.
Oh, my A's too higher as well. Yes.
Who's ready to die?
Whilst they're running up.
Also, Alvina will
Also,
where am I?
no one rely on me for any spells today. Nothing. I am garbage. What the fuck?
Also, Alvina will have raged as she leapt up. As she grabbed the professor, she'll have raged.
That's fine. Alvina will get effectively a initiative start action.
That'll do.
I ran after them.
Nice!
I
Since
also
you are
forgot to select my token again.
That's fine. I can find you
Thank
somewhere.
you. I always forget.
You're on Susie's back.
What was your initiative?
8.
8.
Do you leap into the air about a foot and go ha 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 and just take off with the professor?
By the way,
Yeah,
the professor
spot
got a crit, and they're still
Did.
off.
I know. I'm a big, massive fucking robot. I'm charismatic. I'm wise, and I'm very intelligent. That is me. That's my character.
We just
How you
moved
doing?
so fast.
That's me in general. I'm not Dexy. Wisdom. Yeah.
Alvina, as you charge in, you effectively get a pre-combat action. You can use a bonus action for this, but you get essentially to do one thing as you're charging in, and then you can do the rest on your turn. So if you can either rage or you can attack. What would you like to do?
I'd have raged to go in on it, honestly. But I raged over here before I was doing it. Does that count as my action?
That's fine. Since you're prompting this, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Because if I had raged over there, then I'd have attacked the one guy. Or I'd have But the professor said to throw them over there, so I'll try to like grab Anomi and just pick it. I
have just realised silence is also a concentration spell. I can concentrate on silence and haste.
Never mind then, I'll just hit the fucker.
Just hit.
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Amethyst, rage sword. 26.
26 hits their plate armor.
With interesting enough, 26 damage.
26 damage. Is this magical?
Yes, it is. It's very magical. It's legendary magical weapon.
26.
The 15 is force, if that matters. The 11 is slashing, if that matters.
It does actually matter.
Yeah, magical slashing.
As you smack into the armor, you can see that inside the pores of the armor itself, there appears to be arcane glyphs kind of written into it. Not in gold ink, just kind of carved in with something pointy, kind of engraved and indented into it. As you smack both the armor and the Oni, while the kind of weapon damage slices through the armor and kind of cuts a little bit off their skin, the force damage appears to almost kind of dissipate a little bit around their body as you hit into it. It seems they have resistance to force damage.
Okay.
Oh, that changes what I'm going to do.
But you have a full action, so go ahead and do the rest of your attacks.
Okay. Going again.
You also had advantage on that first attack for being an unseen attacker. The rest will be flat unless you're reckless.
I was recklessing on the first one as well.
Because for the sake of the other party, you guys do get the benefits of a surprise round.
Yep.
Because they were not fucking expecting you to fucking race around the corner and just smack into them.
As a 24.
Run up to there.
24 and only the 5 force takes it.
Yep. I'm hasted, so that's an extra attack.
Yep.
With my main weapon. 23.
Takes it plus the 5 force.
And here's the ambidex attack. Which I sadly don't get. Actually, no, wait, never mind. Ignore that one because I. Oh, no, wait. The rage was the pre thing. So, yes, this is the other attack, essentially.
Fair. If this is your bonus action, that can wait until you're full town.
Yeah, that was like, ignore that one then.
This wasn't supposed to be the full turn just yet. This was just you prompting the initiative. The Oni is not bloodied yet.
So, resistant to force will do that.
As we go straight to the point turn, and you guys can be up towards kind of first Hydra before Alvina just fucking ran off.
Okay. I think it was going to take me 2 turns to just get up to that.
Alvina, one versus everything.
While Alvina running ahead definitely puts you guys behind it a little bit. Not quite a full turn around.
So the point, reaching up here, would have now noticed that there are 2 ways up here, and seeing Alvina go in there, just go, but what about the Alvina? And then just attempts to run up.
I didn't mention the other way.
Yeah, you did.
It smells like flowers and water.
Yeah.
Probably not the mine. Where Alvina's brain went to.
Well, I guess if the fighting has already begun.
Yeah, you just run up, Alvina's already wailing on the guy. In slow motion, the other 3 are turning around with shocked faces.
Lightning's arcing around my body.
Okay.
The guy's like, what the fuck?
There we go.
What happened? Zormir, I blame you.
I will do one of the only things I can do, which is cast Firebolt.
Yay!
Hey. Classic.
I hasted you. You showed Alvina the plan.
Which one are you hitting? The same one as Alvina?
I'm hitting, one of the ones down below.
One of the
I just realised I'm the initiative order because the initiative order is currently on top of all the Oni.
Yeah, I moved it the other way.
I moved.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, mine's on the right side. The 20 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
So, 3rd tier firebolt. Come on, max damage. 30, I think.
Well, one of those is a 2. The other one's a 4. Yeah, 6 damage.
Oh yeah, it's 11. It gets its next upgrade. Damn it.
Yeah,
it's 2d10.
11. You guys are still tier 2. As you smack into the Oni, you see the fire also seems to disperse partly around their body. They are resistant to fire.
Really makes sense for red Oni, to be fair.
Yeah. It's the only damaging cantrip I have. So.
Hey, it's something.
All right, the point. Is that your turn?
He'll just finally say, "Oh no," and then it'll be my turn.
All right, full Q. It's your turn.
Okay.
You 2 can also be up by this Hydra if you'd like to start with.
Yep. Let's do that.
Just realised. No, assassin. I think you're still in my bag.
Nah.
Oh, yeah, probably. Why?
You're up
You're
there.
over here now.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You're in
that's probably why I'm last, is because I'm too busy trying not to like vomit in the back.
You are the danger.
You've went from 0 to like 90 miles an hour.
Yes, full Q. What would you like to do?
Right. I'm just having a quick look through Beast to polymorph into. Actually, I don't think I've even got any full level spells left.
You had a long rest, so you not run out.
We've not had a long rest since we fought the rats.
Oh.
Yeah, we had a short rest.
The rats. We are the rats.
Yeah. So no, I'm out full level spells. Oh, what were the plate mail made out of?
The red stone material of the Titan muscle around you.
Okay.
They are not metal.
Fair enough. Right, so fuck you's gonna move up to the neck.
10 miles per hour, hold that.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was literally calculating that as well. Albeit it just casually ran. That's not even a full move in total.
You'll put red dots on the ones who... No, let's put pink dots on the ones who have been attacked. Put red dots on them when they're bloodied.
That's good. Cool.
So, I've got line of sight of them. Are they holding any weapons?
Not yet, they're not. They don't appear to have any weapons on them, they're just in their armor.
Okay.
Mostly because, as you remember from the Oni mages, Oni seem to have the ability to summon their glaives out of a dimensional space.
How much do they look like they weigh?
Oni? Oh, I don't know. What's the limiting requirement here?
Whatever you say first.
Nah.
A large creature's worth of weight. What do you want here? I don't have exact measurements of Oni.
So
Like £1,000 probably.
no, I'm looking at about £500.
Let's have a look. Oni weight. How much does an Oni weigh, Wizard of the Coast? tell me how much an Oni. Let's see traits. Let me see if they have got size. Weigh between 280 and 340 pounds. These are the brute bulky ones. So I'm going to say 340 pounds. There you go.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to say this guy.
Right.
Fireball.
I'm going to cast Levitate on him, so he raises up 20 foot in the air.
Okay, you do so.
No, not 20 foot. I would say up to 20 foot. So it's I'm going to say he raises about 3 foot off the ground, so he's just flailing wildly.
Do I need to make a save of anything?
Nope.
Are you sure?
There's no save.
It's a save.
DC 17.
Yeah, it's not a save on you guys, but it tends to be a save
it's a con 17 save.
Yeah.
Con 17. They have
okay
advantage on this, and a +6 con. They don't have.
No proficiency in them?
Oh no, they do have proficiency. Okay.
Oh.
With advantage, that is a 23.
Yikes.
Yep. So they don't levitate then.
Shame.
No, it's actually supposed to be a +9. I haven't modified their saves properly.
Was that like standard only by any chance, that one?
Yeah, I did. I modified everything else, but they have additional strength and con because they're brutes.
Yeah, the fighters, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, is everything else good?
So
yeah,
in
it's just
that
their con and dex saves.
Easy one to miss, honestly.
I am going to.
What you got? That was your action. Anything else?
Yeah. Okay, I was checking the range of my bardic inspiration, so I'm gonna give Alvina D8 for bardic inspiration.
Hell yeah! Thank you.
No?
Yes.
All right. And speaking of which, Alvina, we're back to you already in your hyperactive state.
Hyper Alvina, go!
Alvina moving so quickly and initiating the combat, they've effectively gotten near a round and a half of actions before the rest of you go.
28 to hit.
28 hits.
Second attack. With another bonk. 18 to hit.
18 exactly hits.
8.
Bonk him on the head.
Bonk number 2. And this is bonk number 3 because of the haste.
Ooh, actually, I need to double check.
28 hit to get.
What's behind bonk number 2? It's bonk number 3.
Hey. What's behind bonk number 2? Pain.
8 hits.
And here's the ambidex attack.
Not quite yet.
23 with 10 pure slashing magical damage.
10 slashing. You cannot. Spiritual weapon doesn't target a creature. Yeah, it's funny how that's worded. As you do this last attack into the brute's still just fucking face shocked, stunned at your impaling. Suddenly you see as blood is trickling down their body. Their face begins to turn red. Their muscles seem to enlarge as this bloodied brute is raging.
Yeah!
No.
Rage fight!
No.
Yeah, I imagine Alvina goes with like a freaking whirlwind of swords, essentially.
Oh man.
Hell yeah.
As Alvina,
When you were just saying no, James.
Yeah, Alvina's just talking really, really fast, basically. But yeah, that'll basically be her.
Yeah. When I heard James just going no, all I could think of in my head was Dragon Ball Z Bridge to Vegeta. No.
Professor, it is your turn.
As my action, I'm going to cast the cantrip known as Mind Sliver on the one that Alvina's fighting.
I think it's fighting yet. Has violently attacked.
So,
I think.
yeah, the one that Alvina is murdering.
Blending. But will it blend?
So I need an intelligence saving throw from that one, please.
It's supposed to be 2d20.
They got a hard 2 with a 2 mod.
To a 9.
It fails, so it's going to take 6 points of psychic damage, and it removes a d4 from its next save, which is right now, as I twin spell. What's it called? Psionic shove?
You would think so, but in the split second, as you're conjuring up your second spell, not only does your damage seem to do less than you'd expect, it seems to be resistant to your psychic damage. One of the tattoos on its body begins to glow golden as it evaporates and explodes into arcane dust, and suddenly you feel the effect on the brute dispelled.
Neat.
The D4, the minus D4.
Yep.
Well, regardless, I'm gonna
interesting.
I'm gonna target that and the one next to it with a mind thrust. It's a second level enchantment. It's a bonus action spell. I twin it and get the two of them, and they both must make intelligence saves, please.
All right. So this is for.
Sorry. It's resistant to psychic, right?
It appears to be, yes.
That changes things. A spiritual weapon instead, please. And it'll just... Oh, that's also force.
Yep.
Funny that.
Balls.
They're resistant to fire, psychic, and force damage. 3 pretty common types.
Damn it.
I like them. I like these guys.
I will instead then cast Sanctuary on Alvina as my bonus action and move behind that rock and use my hasted action to hide, even though I'm crap at hiding.
A sanctuary. There's a sanctuary symbol.
I'll move back there and hide.
Alvina's got so many buffs on right now.
No, that's fair. 3 of the Oni lose their surprise condition.
No, stealth.
The berserking
An 8.
Brute.
Sorry, an 8 for stealth.
Is no longer surprised and is able to take its turn.
Yeah.
Needs a wisdom save DC.
Come at me, bro!
to attack Alvina.
I'm feeling we're both resistant to slashing damage now, so this is might take a while.
Is that a concentration spell you put on them?
Nope.
No, Sanctuary's not.
Good. Because then you would have dropped haste and then they would have just be
and
standing
that'd be a lot
there.
Worse. Yeah, just be stood there for a round, which loses my rage. You are not allowed to lose concentration for the duration of this fight.
Yeah, that's why I'm hiding now. Part of me does think, though, only one of them is not surprised now.
Just run away from Alvina and attack someone else. That'd be very funny.
The only brute is going to flavor push you aside and begin jump over the barrier and begin charging down the corridor, giving you an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
Okay, well, the sanctuary drops immediately. Glad I used a spell slot on that.
Missed, I'm assuming.
Fair. Yes, it's got an 18 AC. It is going to move up to 40 feet into the party. So we'll just get there. Yep.
Yeah.
And with their increased size, you suddenly see their hands spinning into position as materializing in their hands is this 2-bladed glaive.
I've just realized, isn't pushing through enemy spaces a difficult terrain, so they might actually not get there. They might be just short. It might be
technically if you can stop them, and since you are the strength character, let's find out. Give me an athletics check to hold your ground.
With advantage because Angie.
And they'd have advantage
27.
With advantage because they also are angry.
They are so strong.
They do have Athletics, let's see here. Nope.
Destiny says, no, you're going nowhere.
I am made of concrete. Concrete L.
So they have to spend a little bit extra movement to get around you.
Yeah, basically.
So let's see, they were there. Let's make sure we calculate that. So if they're going effectively around, that's going to cost 10 there, 20, 30, 40, which does not give them line of sight on the professor who moved around. I was only going to give them line of sight if they managed to get to up near the point. As able to look down. Do they want to dash?
Fair to him, they all seem puny. So possibly. I don't think he'd feel that concerned about the others.
No, they are bloodied though.
Fair.
And they do have other things they can do.
Ooh,
let's see. They're doing it from roughly here. You'll get 3/4 cover. But still could strike the professor if that's where you're going.
Yeah, I should have gone further away, but that stems the breaks.
Yeah, then you'd have to move up. Since only just innately have this, so the brutes and the magi have this, the only brute is going to begin casting a 5th level spell.
Yep.
A counter spell.
Counter spell the ink.
Pretty sure it's 5th level.
Cone of Cold, yes.
Yeah.
It is 5th base, yeah.
Counter spell, please.
Let's have a look here. Doesn't target
I think that's the wrong voice there, James.
Counter spell.
Great
I've got so many voices.
And it is not an area of effect spell. Okay, so this would cost your reaction, but go ahead and give me the check unless you're upcasting it to 5.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. Oh, that's not so good.
Isn't it spellcasting, not intelligence?
I
don't
think
it matters either way, but...
I used my destiny point to help Alvina earlier. I don't have one. That's it. The spell goes off.
Well.
All right. To note, these guys aren't full barbarians. They just get reckless attack and resistances, so they can still cast spells.
Just
they've got the gladiator.
Just the stuff that makes, just the stuff that limits barbarians to not casting spells. I see.
Well, they're also not player classes, and also they only do it when you bloody them, so they aren't doing it at will.
No,
Look, take your 43 cold deck. Okay, everyone, give me deck save, which means that the point, Zormir, Fokyu, and the professor. Give me con saves actually.
I was like, deck saves con.
That's this guy's from every fucking area of infectious decks. Code of Con is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 24.
Ice is usually con. That's how I remember it.
21 points.
Yep.
It's for some reason it's really hard to dodge cold.
I'm gonna burn a destiny.
And I succeed on my concentration check.
Thank
Their
God.
DC is 17. Well, let me just double check this. When you damage a creature that is concentrating on a spell, the creature has disadvantage on saving throws.
I will take the flat roll and
concentration.
So I'll just take the 12 then.
Did you make your con? You did.
I took 21 points of damage, so the DC would be 10. So even averaging, my advantage would be a 12. So unless you want me to re-roll, I've got a plus 8 to my con.
The 24 was me burning my con get the half damage, so I need the con for make sure I maintain haste as well.
And the professor, yeah.
Oof.
Well, like they said,
please.
It is a DC 10.
All right.
Because if you
took half
concentration, I drop concentration automatically.
You're still concentrating.
How much damage was that?
It was 43 cold damage if you failed the DC 15 Constitution save.
Alright, so 21.
Or half of that for 21 damage.
Cool.
However, that was the only brute, and the only one who could move because they were berserked. The rest lose their surprise condition, and it is now the support round. Your Hydras are a little bit stuck at the back to really get into anywhere meaningful, but you do have Drax and your MP or your previous player companion as well as Abigail. What would you like to do?
Can we get Gwent to do a heal?
That's a good call, actually. I was about to go either get Lou to shoot that one or get Gwent to heal.
Would you like Gwent to heal?
Gwent can heal.
Who's the nearliest dead?
I'm on 2/3.
I'm on just under half.
Yeah, but at a point you failed your save, didn't you?
Yep. But I'm also planning on spending the next couple turns running
just
away.
Above half.
Better.
I'm just above half.
Maybe Zolmir then?
Alright, well, Zormir, you get 14 health back. As Gwen uses up one of their support actions to heal you.
Yeah.
Alright, Assassin, it is your turn. You are currently in a bag. What would you like to do?
Right. What's the noise outside? Like, does the noise sound like if I poke my head out of the bag then I'm gonna die energy? Or, like, you know...
Yes.
Probably a bellow like a demon ogre, essentially.
Heard raging Alvina and raging or Oni.
Like, I want a danger
Can you
check,
distinguish between different kinds of rage?
They can by
Does
taste.
it sound like Alvina is winning?
You haven't just felt Alvina drop to the floor or be hit yet, so I'm going to go with yes.
Great.
It's a really good indicator.
How's your dex, Alvina?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
But I'm at 17.
I mean, you do also have danger sense.
I have danger sense. I don't know if I can see this coming because in bag behind my back.
That's fair. It was more, it's not damaging. It's Sleet Storm. I want to do Sleet Storm. So that means if they fail a save, they fall prone. Which is good for you, because that means you can hit things that are prone and you get advantage.
I already have
advantage. If they're barbarians, they should.
But they also have to spend their action getting back up again. If they're prone. And if they do any spells, they have to make a Constitution saving throw or lose concentration on it.
Also, you can't see through it. That's the kind of problem.
It's heavily obscured, yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait a minute. Give me a second. I want to see if the eagle eyes, because it says something about obscurity. If it means for that.
If not, I can give you fly.
Flying! Give me another buff. That'd be hilarious.
You want to fly? Because I figured the Sleet Storm is something that kind of, you know...
Barbarian flies
it's
right
helpful in
your
terms of
heart.
movement,
You got it before me.
If they start flying, because I think the other Oni could fly. So,
yeah, it's a base Oni thing.
Yeah, the other Oni could fly, so we can assume these ones can, so...
Yeah, so I feel like
but to be fair, the Hordor's only like 11, 12 feet tall.
Flying, you know?
They're nearly hitting it.
Also, I've just realised that Alvina then, because the fly speed is doubled, she flies 120.
So yeah, would you like Sleet Storm? I also have Hunger of Hadar, but obviously that is quite heavily damaging if you fail the saves, so...
I'd say the fly would be the best one. The Sleet Storm would be very good as well, because it maybe stop the other three Oni from interfering as much, because they wouldn't be able to see people to cast spells at them.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And also, if they are casting spells, it means that they can't concentrate on them without making concentration checks.
Yeah,
so
that's pretty good.
Yeah. So you see you see eyes peek out of the bag, like the sort of golden yellow orbs that you see in like the old Disney movies when there's like monsters in the woods energy, and you see Assassin throw down onto the floor like a bag of dust, and then like squish out some of their goop onto it, and then it like sort of tirades into a Sleet Storm.
It was me thinking you just see your mouth sticking out the bag and going...
let's clarify some things here.
Are you like wringing out a tentacle like you do a towel?
Are you actually casting a spell or using an item?
I am casting a spell.
You are casting a spell.
I am in fact casting a spell.
You are in fact casting a spell.
So in fact you're casting a spell though?
In fact, I am casting a spell.
I'm not sure, but I think they are casting a spell.
Right?
Well, as you cast the spell, you see the closest Oni brute.
I'm not sure if they're actually casting this spell though.
In fact, they are.
Reel back their arm almost in like, but as they do, they clench their fist and
almost like in, sorry.
As the indigo arcanite ring on their index finger gives off a gleam of light, and it counterspells the closest area of effect spell being cast.
What a bitch.
Just like daggers come out from the bag going. Yes.
What level is Sleet Storm?
It is a 3rd level spell.
A 3rd level spell. As the energy is exploded at the point of casting, and the caster takes 15 force damage.
Oh no. Can it be the back handle like breaks and like assassin gets like yeeted out onto the floor unceremoniously? Yeah.
The back handle not break, it just like spills you out. It, like blasts you out upwards and you like land on top of the back.
Yeah. And fine. I will be very angry at this point and summon one of my tentacles of the deep.
Yeah. You know one of the best parts? I'm looking forward to what I'm gonna do next.
So when I summon it, I can slap him. I'm gonna fucking...
Right, who would you like to slap?
I would, like, slap the one that stole it from me.
I'm gonna say it's the south one just because it's closer, it's within 10 feet.
Oh, cool.
Well, it's 10 feet from Assassin.
Fair, yeah.
They're both technically the same distance from the pair of you, but since Assassin's on the left of you and you're on the right. So yes, it's this middle one. Go ahead and slap.
Yes, I'm trying to find my tentacle. It's hard to find.
Well, while you're thinking about that, Zormir, you're up next. I thought that was you, the assassin attacking for a second.
1.
Unfortunately, that 11 also doesn't hit.
What the fuck? I've only been rolling 5 and 6s. This is fucking bullshit. I've only been rolling 5s and 6s. This is bullshit.
Refresh your Beyond page.
Speaking of bullshit,
You're shifting and you got 1 hit point. It's plus your con, isn't it, at least?
Oh, no, that's added to the what race I am. I get base 12 plus extra 1d6 and 1 in my armor class. So I'm up to...
A lot of AC.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm going to move forward.
Oh, shit, I have to remember that I've currently got higher AC, actually. I'll write down what it currently is.
Yeah, you've got +2 to your AC. Yeah. The armor shifts a bit, and I get a little bit bulkier and wander up to shield up in front, wander up to him, and I'm gonna slash with the blade.
All right, go for it.
Matter blade to the face. All right, let's see what kind of damage.
You really need to rename that weapon.
What was it?
That's one of the 2 they're resistant to. I know that. It's Force or Psychic, and it's resistant to both.
Necrotic.
Let's read Necrotic first.
Yeah, it's Radiant Necrotic.
Oh, I thought 3 and 4 were them.
Wait.
Radiant Necrotic.
No, Necrotic wasn't Necrotic first, and then it was Radiant, then Psychic, and Force.
Who knows? Either way, it has resistance.
It's got resistance.
Resistance to everything.
It doesn't have resistance to everything, just a certain special type of thing.
So it's resistant to Radiant.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got a theory. I'm not sure yet, but I've got a theory.
Yep. Anyway, it takes the damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with it. Might be resistant. It might just be resistant to Arcanite.
The second attack.
Second attack, unfortunately, doesn't hit.
Oh, come at me, you brute.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro. All right, Zormir, is that your turn?
Come at me, brute.
I believe you are hasted and have a haste action.
Not me. I hasted the professor. I'm holding concentration on haste.
Yeah, Alvina and the professor are the hasted ones.
I'm a terrible person to haste. Just
Alrighty then. You guys have another support round. What would you like to do? You can do everything but heal.
Lou, Daka.
Give one of us.
Because I don't think Abby can see the Oni. But we can see anyone to punch.
Can I
for it.
force me to attack?
Abby need line of sight of you, and she's not.
Fair. She has movement, so she can easily get up into line of sight. Yes, Abigail can direct you using. This will use your reaction, but can instruct you to attack the Oni again. So go ahead and give me another attack.
There we go.
Should you only have one attack, Zomir?
No, I had two. The second missed. It was a 14.
Oh, it was the 14. Okay.
Yeah, Guardian Arminus gets multi-attack.
That's what I was like. Yeah, I was like, did you only take one attack? I didn't see the other one for some reason. I'm blind.
He only takes the 20 damage because it does not matter what you roll in that d4.
Okay.
Just a oh. Jesus. I'd say it's like I'd say it's a bear barbarian, but they're not resistant to psychic, so it's kind of interesting.
That is them. The point. It is your turn.
That could be just a natural distance, sir.
It can't be. They're not using class ones because obviously they're wearing plate. So.
Yep. Okay. So that was just a roll to decide whether the point would think this was a good idea or not.
He rolled low.
He's running up into. Yep. He's running up into the place they haven't explored.
Oh, I thought because he rolled really low, he thought it was a great idea. It was evidently the wrong choice. So.
Yeah, yes. Running into the place where there might be more enemies is a bad idea.
Yeah, but you rolled low, so surely he'd think it's a great idea rolling into the place full of enemies.
Yes, that's why he's doing it. Yeah.
As you run up the corridor, you can see is that little troughs of plants? Is that lettuce and tomatoes?
Yep.
Growing on the vine?
What the fuck have you found?
He's found their garden.
Are those lovely, just plump leaves on a nice cut lawn?
Yeah.
You are gonna get eaten by something up there.
Yep.
I think I took the correct route, honestly.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast something behind me. I think I'm just gonna panically cast a minor illusion directly behind me of just a tree or something. A 5 foot by 5 foot tree.
It's called a bush.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's just a shrub.
That's just a bush, mate.
Yep, just a shrub behind me, just so it's just something I can hide behind.
No one would ever suspect it. The cave bush.
A 5 foot cubic bush is pretty big.
No, it's still a bush.
There you go, there's the bush. Fuck you, it's your turn.
Okay.
The topiary, let's say.
Yeah.
The topiary of the point, there we go.
The box hedge.
So, fuck yous. Oh. Yeah, there's not really much fuck you can do at this point.
Oh, and you've tormented the point enough. Do something to these Oni.
Yeah, like
I said this point, not
just...
this point. I said this point, not the point. So,
I was like, the point is kind of poking out from behind the bush, just gesturing to everyone else to come this way instead.
The whole person on the points who can't run away. That'd be a funny one.
Fuck it. Fuck you.
All the
Fuck
best
you.
ones start with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you's gonna run up to this guy.
Stab him.
Yep.
Yes.
Huzzah.
Stab him.
And stab him. Alright, let's see how this goes for you.
27.
Fucking hurts, mate.
Yep, and I'm also gonna psychic blade.
19?
That's a 19, yeah. And I'm gonna psychic blade him as well. So that's my piercing. So that's 10 piercing. And psychic blades. Psychic blades. How much do we
get? To the piercing.
No.
Ooh,
blades.
He's a reverse barbarian.
No, wait, no, he's yeah, I forgot he was berserker. He is.
Yeah, I was going.
He gets physical resistances once he goes bloodied.
Yeah. Psychic blades. I'm just gonna say
really cool
psychic blades until I find. There they are.
Oh.
2, 3. That's 3.
They lose the physical resistances, but gain resistance to all elemental damage.
Plus,
That'd be really cool.
Yeah. Plus 14 psychic.
No, this is to do with their backstory. Psychic blades. Psychic blades. It's a fascinating one.
So it is psychic damage.
You know, I've got a feeling that my theory might have been correct.
What's your theory for the class?
Well, I think they're resistant to Arcanite would be the big one.
Not far off. They have resistance to damage by spells and magical effects, including magical weapons.
Oh, God's sake.
I mean,
that's what I got as the idea.
They're essentially they're abjuration wizards in Oni form.
I mean, the rapier is technically a magical weapon.
That's what I was thinking. Is a psychic blade magic? It comes to that age-old question. Are psionics magic?
But psychic blade, that is one of my abilities as a bard.
If it isn't, then my sword would have done its full damage because it's the legendary weapon that we got off the guy, and you said it was psionic.
Yeah.
So that is a magic weapon.
That's a magic weapon. It's more the argument of
no
your
plus
rage damage.
Well, rage damage is whatever the base damage is.
Yeah,
well, yeah, but it's a feature like sneak attack, like Ben your psychic blade thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's fine because I want to separate it, and because it's psionic, I'm gonna let it do the full damage for this instance.
Nice.
Since it's not the magical weapon.
So what can I do? I can draw its soul energy out.
But yes, you seem to do the full damage of that attack. But apart from the slight piercing, because it now has physical resistance.
Boss the goblin.
In that case, bonus action. Yeah, bonus action, disengage and run away.
Fair. Alvina, it is your turn again. The Oni that you were fighting appears to have fled from you.
I'm not finished with you! I ran too far.
you charge so fast into the Oni. You sink into the Oni before you bounce out. It's very worrying.
The Oni slightly knew what it felt like to be Alvina for a second.
What would you like to do?
First attack.
Is the Oni resistant to Alvina damage?
18.
18 hits.
Better believe it. Hope so.
Okay. Second attack. Stab you again.
19. Hey, it's 19 again.
Oh. Entry of note, the Amethyst Dragons come from the Rainbow Plains and are inherently magical.
My focus
takes all of that.
Focus is Gem Dragon touched.
Third attack, natural 20 for a lot of damage, but it's resistant to all of it, but that's a lot of damage still.
24, half to 12, 19, half to 9, 21 points. Still good.
21 points with resistance is a pretty decent hit.
Yeah, we might actually take out one of these.
It takes it. It is still standing.
Yay! Extra attack with the other hand.
Hooray.
19 for 12 slash.
It takes it. It is just standing.
I mean, it's like, I'm not finished with you, and blends his back as well.
That's fair. Is that your turn?
Yes, I think she'd just be yelling expletives at him, essentially.
The Professor, it is your turn. You've just been blasted by cold. What would you like to do?
Shiver slightly, crack my joints and shake off the remaining rime and go, I think perhaps, Doctor, we made a miscalculation here. And move forward. Now, one of my free actions, my hasted action, is use an object. Can I use my Wand of Wonder as that object, or is that use magic item?
As use magic item.
I figured as much.
Also, if you lightning bolt me, I'm throwing the Oni corpse at you and it dies.
That's entirely fair. Twin spell. Did I twin spell?
Just stab it. It's got to have like 5 health left.
I only have a +4 to hit. I would need to hit a 14, which is it's not beyond the realms of possibility, but still, I don't like doing that unless I have some kind of advantage. You see, I have 5, 10, 15. Each square is 5 foot, Chris?
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65. Oh, could get to there. Yeah, I'll get to there. I'll need to move past that Oni brute there, so it would technically get an attack of opportunity on me.
The main one?
Haste allows me disengage.
If it's the one next to Zormir, it's got disadvantage to punch you because he punched it.
It will not.
I didn't punch it. I hit it with my blade.
Then
it's still not gonna take it.
Then, from point blank range, I'll unleash my Wand of Wonder in this Oni root's face.
One at the back.
Yeah, and the one that's right there, hoping that it's a line effect.
So you're like trying to go behind it. Okay.
Yeah, 31.
Move you guys around a little bit.
Yeah, but where the hell is it?
Damn it! Heavy rain falls in a 60-foot radius, centered on the target. It becomes obscured, falling until the end of my next turn.
It would.
So falling right there.
Can't be counterspell.
Heavy rain begins to fall, and I look down at my wand, and then look at the Oni who's looking up at the rain, who looks at me. I look at it.
Are you trying to drown me?
I just run away.
It's one of the weirdest things to ever do against a fucking. It's like ran up to it, pointed a wand, and summoned the rains in a cave.
Bonus action. What the hey? I'm gonna summon a spiritual weapon and attack this one because all damage is good damage, right? Can it go reckless? Did it go reckless? Do I have advantage for any reason?
No, it did not. It's only used a spell on us.
Oh, is it a melee attack?
It is.
It has advantage because I'm next to it. If it's this one, because
melee spell attack. Yeah.
Yep. All melee attacks get advantage on it if I'm within 5 feet.
A spell attack is plus 10, 23 to hit.
23 hits.
And it takes 4 plus 5, 9 points, half to 4 points of force damage.
It takes it. It's still up.
That's me, though. I do have a spiritual weapon floating right next to Alvina/Solmir. That's
remember what your Wand of Wonder did? It was like raining or something. Are you keeping the rain up? Do I need to care?
Drown that Oni. Drown that Oni.
It's obscured.
It's got a buff, essentially. It's got a small buff.
I don't know. There's like a rain crowd or something above the Oni.
Yeah. As it walks from the rain, it looks just cinematic as hell.
I
have no idea.
I use my haste in action to dash back.
It Professor has double movement in haste, so it's pretty quick. They are pretty quick now.
Yeah, so my movement is 60 now, and then I dash back 60.
Works right. Is that your turn?
That's it.
All right. It then begins the Oni's actual turn now. As you watch as the Oni in front of you, its wounds begin to heal over as it regens at the start of its turn.
Yikes.
No. Although, I can stop that next turn.
Yeah.
Maybe for one of them. Let's have a look. Let's do the only brute first. They still detect spells, though. I guess Zormir is the most easiest target. Do I have disadvantage on attacking Zormir?
No.
Just checking if Alvina's thing did anything like that.
No, it just gives everyone advantage on all melee attacks within anything within 5 feet of me.
That's fair. Then it summons, or it already had its glaive up. It is going to attack into you with it recklessly because it is in berserker mode. and it's currently in it's currently in a frenzied berserker mode. Let's have a look here. All right, 2 slashing. Okay. This will be with a +10 to hit, so a 24 to hit into Zormir.
Bloody hell. Yeah, 24 hits.
Dealing 22 magical slashing damage. Oh, actually, I forgot to modify the strength on that. That should be +7. 1 second. Add an extra 2 to that. That should be +7, not +5. So 24 damage.
Right.
We turn these things into a battle giant strength for me. Yeah, I got 24 strength.
That's if we survive this.
They don't have 24 strength. They've just got magical buffs.
Magic stuff. Oh yeah, they're raging as well. So that'd be a buff, don't it? Yeah.
They don't get any rage damage, but they their glaive has a slight little bit of gold arcanite through the center of it, giving it a +1 weapon status.
No, not cool.
As well as another feature which it hasn't shown up yet. All right, since it damaged you,
Can't save for concentration as well, Zombie.
I need a concentration check at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Okay.
On
Let's
your
save.
hit.
Is
A
half the
Constitution saving throw.
And
Half the damage would be 11. Actually, it'd be 12 because it was 24 damage.
12, yeah.
Do you have your destiny point left?
nope, I spent it.
I would. Oh dang. Oh, I would definitely. If someone has something to spend, if they're doing what I think they might be doing, someone definitely wants to destiny point that one.
Yeah,
Hello.
I'll use mine. So roll again.
Or just that they're hasted and they'll end up being a Tharstick on the next turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
That means the professor won't be able to move next turn.
Yeah.
Which means you won't be able to either.
You don't drop concentration.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
there'll be
I'm
incapacitated.
using my destiny point, so Bob, roll again.
All right,
How
Bob,
much
roll me
did-
another
How much
Constitution
did you
save.
say I needed?
It was 24 damage, so it's a DC 12.
I'm flashing it for the +3.
All right, fair enough.
I'll use my last resource rather than you.
No, that's fair, because you guys might need that in a second, as they do have multi-attack.
Yeah, the haste ending doesn't break the concentration. You just can't take actions.
Does it incapacitate you?
No.
Yeah.
It can't move or take actions until after its next turn. That's all it does, the end of a haste.
Yeah, that's
They're just, like,
basically
slow.
incapacitate.
It's not the status effect.
Yeah, it needs to actually say incapacitate.
Because incapacitate gives you like advantage to hit them as well and stuff like that. So
Yeah, it doesn't break concentration. Interesting.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's not normally used on people concentrating.
yeah.
Especially not on another haste.
Yeah. 26.
26 to hit, yeah, that hits. My DC's 22 now.
I mean, Tinks hated herself before.
22 magical slashing damage and another concentration check. With disadvantage, as he does this every time he deals damage to you.
Okay.
And you've got like Mage Hunter.
As the Red Oni specialize in combat against spellcasters.
Very cool. I adore anti-mage characters, so I'm cool. I'm fine dying to them. Also, I'm not a caster, so it's great.
All of us apart from Alvina are casters.
12.
Yep.
It makes it. It goes in for its third attack.
I mean, technically, Bob's a half-caster, so...
For a 17 to hit.
Oh.
Then that's all three of its attacks. As that is the berserking Oni Brute. The other ones are going to... Oh, let's see here. They could come in.
We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
Nah, fuck you and me, I'll live.
This one is going to provoke an opportunity attack as it shrinks down, flinging itself forward to go over the other Oni. Would you like to have an opportunity attack, Alvina?
Bonk.
You do so as you bonk it for
25. Well, that's half, so 20.
well, this one isn't got physical, so it takes 15. Take the other 5.
Yeah, just 20.
And it will dash and then back in a large into the party.
Of their own, just completely ignoring me. I really appreciate this, guys.
This one is no longer bloodied.
We just make friends now.
Or is no longer damaged. And is going to... Oh, no, I want my... I don't know where the measuring stick's gone there. Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80... Okay, that's fine. It is going to also dash and is going to shrink it down as it needs to fling itself forward using its momentum. And you actually see as it's flying forward, it's kind of running and doing that Ant-Man thing almost where it jumps forward, shrinks down. And as it comes around to this wall, you feel, you can see it thrust its fist into the corner of the wall and swing itself around, using its momentum to then grow large again at the end, and is going to stomp down right behind the professor.
No.
As it turns to look down at the party, and the two Onis now have the party effectively surrounding, but your Hydras are now in pay for this other Oni. This one at the back is going to come up, and let's actually have it do something against, to help out this one here. Let's see, what can it do to help out here?
It's mage armor.
You're not a spellcaster, and it's well aware if it gets rid of the spellcasters, it's worth it. So unfortunately, Zormir is still that prime target for their abilities. So it's going to come in and it is going to make some attacks against Zormir. This will be just flat rolls, because it is not berserked for an 18 to hit Zormir.
Nope.
It's coming in again for another second attack to come in for 21 to hit you this time.
Nope.
Hell yeah.
What?
I'm in my
Magic
shifter
shield.
form, so I'm up by 1.
Yeah,
Nice.
magic shield and shift of them.
It's going to come in for its third and final attack for a 22.
Yep.
No.
Just hits in as it... Let's see, that's 2d10 plus the 7. It comes in for 19 slashing damage and another Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. Although this one should just be DC 10? DC 9? No, it'd be DC 10 because it's the minimum.
It's minimum 10, yeah.
DC 10, so you have a fair chance of making this one unless you roll poorly.
And I look very bloodied.
No.
Is Zormir near me?
Nope, they're about 30 feet back, I think. 10, 20, 30, 35.
21.
But they make it.
Fine.
As that is all of the Oni brutes coming in, none of them really thinking to apparently go back and get help. They appear to be confident they can take you down.
Like these guys.
Yep. It is now your support round, and you can do anything but Abigail's attack. What would you like to do?
Gwent, heal somebody. Which one of you is gonna die the first? Zormir or the Professor?
Can they?
Zormir is out of line of sight for Gwent.
Can they give a buff to the next save?
They cannot. Well, no, they cannot because Drax can't be used for saves.
Mm.
Professor, how are you alive?
Oh yeah,
you're over here. Alvina left you down on the floor.
I've only been hit once.
You're on the far left.
And where did I hit?
Down here. One thing. I think we have a tentacle mini for you now.
Cool. It's just so that otherwise I can.
Also, Kelly, don't forget to press your button.
Oh yeah, that helps, doesn't it? Thanks.
Kinda.
Yeah, I don't think we ever actually got your tentacle character. Weird. Oh, we have.
We had one on a different map.
Yeah, we did have one.
There was one on another map.
Yeah, but you need to make it as a character sheet.
Yeah.
Oh well, I'll figure that out later. Here, have a butcher for now.
If you want to copy paste it, it was on the map with the rockworm, the like arena thing.
Yeah, I think I archived it. This is easy enough. I can find one. But yes, support round. What would you like to do? Any healing?
Well, is there anyone who needing a healing in that little group there? Because obviously, Linus said they can't get me.
They're not really been attacked yet.
No.
Not yet. As no, we'll also be finishing up at the end of this round.
Yeah. Could Susie
attack?
Yeah.
She's only got the acid breath as an action, unless she can have it like take him down.
No, I'm fine with just attacking the Oni. He's last with just an acid attack.
Yeah.
Let's give him the dex. This isn't magical, so this will just be a +2. They don't get advantage on this. A 12, I'm pretty sure, fails.
Yes,
Roll me damage with Susie. Since I assume Alvina just has Susie stat block up.
Yes, I do.
Roll me damage.
This is the combat action one, right? Not the acid breath.
Now this is their combat action one because it has to be power balanced to be a party follower.
Yep. 20 damage.
The Oni takes the full 20 damage.
Nice.
Good girl, Susie. Yep.
Yes.
Oh,
Not magical.
Acid breath is not magical.
No, I've said that.
That is your support assassin. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I've got an idea what we can do next, actually.
I'm thinking vitriolic sphere.
I was thinking throw the troll heads at them.
Oh, yes.
They're not magic.
Yes. This is trolls.
I mean,
they might team up though.
What?
Which would be bad.
There are 7 heads. I think we can take
that. They're 7
They're
heads.
alive, but...
Do you have 7 Oni heads?
What we can do is
troll heads, but they're in jars of acid.
Mm-hmm.
No, don't you only have 4? Where do you get the other 3? Do you get more?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have... How many do I have?
Apparently you picked some more up. Anyway, Assassin, what would you like to do?
What are the red dots?
I don't know about the professor, but the red dot on the thingies one means it's bloodied.
Okay. Is there a position I can get into within 30 feet of them that means I can spit acid at them without spitting it on Alvina or Zormir?
Yeah, they're big enough that I'm fine with this.
Cool. I just wanted to check that that's not me.
You can run up Alvina's back and just spit it at them.
Yeah, I want to spit acid at it and then slap it with the tentacle. I'm going like full little shit mode of how fucking dare you take my Sleet Storm.
Alright, what save am I making?
So you need to take a dex save for half damage. Either way, you're taking 2d10 acid.
They both fail.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 2d10. I'm not sure if it's programmed in.
You can just do manual dice.
Roll 2d10.
Oh wait.
Ooh.
So that's 8 acid damage.
They both take it.
I'm happy to
and then I'm gonna slap the lad who isn't damaged.
Who is damaged?
Who is damaged? Yeah.
All right, go for it.
Bonk. It's got advantage because Alvina's there.
Okay.
23 hits though. Roll for damage.
Nice. Done.
It takes it.
Yeah, that's everything. And I'm gonna keep the tentacle, like literally, if I can, keep them between both Oni brutes, so that both Alvina and Zormir are within 10 feet of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because that means I can reduce their damage. And then I'd like to back the fuck up.
You do. All right, Zormir, it is your turn. This will be the final turn before essentially the last support, but it's a support round, so who cares?
I can't hide, but I've essentially just laid down behind some rocks and hoped for the best.
No, that's fair. I think they only are a little bit too distracted to really turn around and notice you.
Yeah, like I did spit acid at them and slap them, but
you puked
like
on their feet.
Yeah, like I'm not really that big a deal.
All right, Zormir, it's your turn. What would you like to do to end us?
All right. Bonus action. I will use my guardian thing, and I will just attack this guy in front of me.
Go for it.
Nope, that doesn't hit.
Got advantage.
All right. Oh. Still don't hit. Still don't hit.
Unfortunately, you come in, but this one seems to have been distracted. Kind of wipe the acid off by the. Trying to be slapped by the cold tentacle. Somehow it dodges you while you're punching it, just from being distracted.
Second attack. Fuck's sake.
Fortunately, second attack also doesn't hit. Wow, this last guy is not going down.
Bonus action was Guardian Field. 9 temp hit points.
Wow.
Add to my 6.
Nice. Okay. That is, we're going to go on support round there, but we'll start off next time with the support round. That is where we're going to end. For the players' sake, or knowledge, the Oni went up to 18 health at the start of its last round because it got 10 hit points back.
Okay.
Assassin brought it back down to 3.
Boo!
This only
Can I ask a quick question then? Because this is actually quite important. You know I can sneak attack. Does my tentacle count as a finesse or ranged weapon? Because
no,
I do have
it does cold
advantage.
damage, and I'm pretty sure it slaps for bludgeoning.
Okay, that's fine. I just had to check, because then I would have got 1d6, and that might have been enough.
Unfortunately not. It was a good effort. If it wasn't for the fact that he regened last turn, you would have taken him down. But he went from 8 last time up to 18. But that is where we're going to end the day. We have pretty much answered the question of what is the party going to do. They're going to attempt to surprise some Oni Brutes and discover Oni Brutes are bloody brutes, man. They can take a beating.
And especially good against magical people. Woo!
And they seem to be special against arcane weapons and spells. And the party pretty much has nothing but those. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. I hope you all enjoyed today's session. We'll be back next time as the players may have just alerted the entire Mines of Avarice to their presence, but we'll find out how likely that is when we go into the mines. Thank you all for watching.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah, we probably didn't alert them. We probably didn't alert them.
Yeah, I just got back and right
we're
at the
gonna
end
be fine.
We're gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine.
We'll be fine.